Okay. Well, here we are.
That's your small talk.
No,
Well,
that's
here we are.
that's just not
Isn't
that,
this some
that's not
wonderful
just
weather?
my
Isn't there some
small
wonderful
talk.
weather that we're having, Matt
It
Thomas?
is. It is, Jeff Lord. What does that say in your shirt? Dog what? Dog River?
Dog River.
Is that a river just made specifically for dogs? Like no humans are allowed to swim in it?
No.
What's the story on that?
The story on this, it's a TV show that I watch called Corner Gas, and they're located in a city in Saskatchewan called Dog River. It's a fictional city. So this was the sporting shirt for one of the shows.
Corner gas isn't that like alluding to a not a convenience store but a gas station
I
or
wanna
something like
feel your
that?
body.
It's very good. The gas gives it away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
Or-
it's a
I thought maybe that or a natural
So,
gas mining town or
it's
something
a
like
small
that.
town.
Here,
It's a farming
let me
town in
finish
the
that
middle
off
of
for you.
Saskatchewan, so it's all just flat. And
Yeah.
there's a gas station with like a little restaurant kind of thing connected to it.
Oh,
you'd
kind of
see
like
on the
Chef
road.
Point. Yeah.
Right, and so it just takes. That's kind of where it takes place, and it's about the
Oops.
characters in the small town. It's
We
just a
may
comedy.
need to grab a towel.
So, but yeah, it's a cool show. It's Canadian.
But isn't that on Hulu? I think I've seen
I watch
previews
it on
for it.
Freevee.
Oh, Freevee, yeah.
On the Prime app.
Yeah, fucking Prime. They're now all their subscriptions, unless you pay the additional $3.99 per month, are going to have commercials when you watch anything on Prime Video. It pisses me off.
I know, me too. If I wanted to watch commercials, I could watch live TV.
Exactly. We're already getting a buzz from this one beer. God, I'm a fucking lightweight.
It's only half a beer.
I
Not
know.
even half.
That's why I said I've just drank half of this beer and I'm only getting a little bit of a buzz. Starting to slur my words.
So we're gonna. Do we do like an open?
I don't know. I'm trying to find the opening now. I'm getting a little discombobulated, but I think we're ready to start.
I don't even like podcasts. They make me fall asleep. So
Previously on JJTM.
Well, okay. Let me make a cream pie for you, okay? Then you can try it and see what you think.
I do not want to taste your cream pie.
They taste great, I can guarantee it.
You've tasted yours?
Of course I have, haven't you?
No.
I've tasted mine. I didn't like it.
I've tasted mine, yeah.
I liked mine.
Whatever, dude. If you don't care about the taste, fine, all right? But they're not just going to be for us anyway.
It's not... What?
We're going to sell them to everyone in Philly.
Who the hell's going to want to buy them?
Everyone's going to want to buy them. Everyone loves them, especially little kids.
You, dude, little kids.
I'd love watching a kid do it.
Dude, you are going to get in a lot of trouble.
Hell no, dude. It's not like I'm going to do it without the parents' permission. I'll do everything.
No parent is going to let you.
Where are you gonna go?
The parents are going to watch. They're going to be so psyched.
They're not going to want to watch. What are you talking about?
No, we gotta go overseas for that.
No, you don't. That's as American as it gets. Guys, you got to think about this as a business venture, right? The three of us combine our ingredients, making like one gigantic, delicious cream pie. Some little kid sucking it down, and he's paying us for the pleasure.
This episode of the
Guns Last Kicker
is brought to you by
Geist Note.
and
Victor Wrench.
and Plastic Object.
This is what the Texas Penal Code says about obscenity. It means any material or performance that has patently offensive representations or descriptions of ultimate sexual acts, normal or perverted, actual or simulated. Material means anything tangible that is capable of being used or adapted to arouse interest, whether through the medium of reading, observation, sound, or any manner.
The Jerry Jonestown Massacre contains graphic material, including offensive language, partial nudity, and completely ridiculous thoughts and opinions that shouldn't be expressed or shared by anyone. Listener discretion is advised.
Got a face and a body that beats to death. One breath is the last of my request. Lost of space and the time to find my mind. Master Salvatore is Two bricks and a guy who ruined my night. Skip, skip, I left you time to fight. If you happen to see that friend of mine, Master Salvatore is Master Salvatore, face down into bedtime. Master Salvatore, face down into bedtime.
It is show 566 for Tuesday, March 12th, 2024. Greetings, RoboTuner coming at you from the Temple of I. for your listening, enjoyment, amusement, disgust, or all the above. Take your pick. Joining me to my left is my radio left and my actual left. Fuck it, I don't know. Is Jeffrey the Lord.
Hey,
Happy Tuesday, Lord.
happy birthday, Matt.
Yes, and happy 24 hours after your birthday as well.
Yep. The word's
You're-
belated.
you're-
You're thinking of belated.
Occasion to celebratory coinciding with your biological independence. And today is mine as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, apparently, Dustin had enough confidence in me for us to run the show, considering that you're a podcaster and I had mine for several years as well. So, fuck, I don't know where the fuck they went, man. I think they went to Hooters for happy hour or something, and they said they wanted to take advantage of it before it ended to
I thought it was a.
get some fucking pictures of Bud Light before 8 o'clock or some shit like that. And I guess they're running late.
I thought it was our birthday present. It was like, "Happy birthday, Matt! Happy birthday, Jeff!"
Yeah,
Okay. Here's the show.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
yeah,
yours
they
for
did
the
mention
night.
that too. They did
Yeah,
mention
I
that
was
too.
like, all right. They said the strippers will be here in 30 minutes.
Haven't seen any walked in yet.
Well, we still got 30 minutes.
I mean, we don't have a myriad of substances for them to divulge upon, but hey, that wasn't up to us. That's up to them.
We don't have any on camera.
Yeah.
That gets you in trouble.
So, we were both in the same area on Saturday night.
We were both at the same place.
Yes, we were.
It's true.
We were. We went to the Cicada for their 1 year anniversary.
So, were you celebrating your birthday that night?
Kind
of.
Yeah. With all you guys, I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured you were the same too.
Yeah, Wes.
You, Diana.
My birthday was on a Monday. Yours on a Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we'll go out Saturday night. I want to see Me Motor Scooter. I want to see the Methinks.
Yeah,
And the lights.
And we got to see them both, even though they were spread across.
Should I get on all fours?
Who's that?
Is that a question or a statement?
Maybe it's the strippers.
Should I get on my knees?
I mean, you're not gonna hear me complaining.
We're in the temple. Some people get on their knees in the temple.
Well, I mean, you're the Lord. You should be used to people getting on your knees for you anyway.
In the temple.
Mm-hmm. Also in the
You
temple,
like
yes.
that, don't you?
I do. So we're gonna have a ghost.
A ghost?
Yeah.
Are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about the voice that we're hearing. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that's a ghost or just maybe some Russian hackers fucking with us on air. Who knows? I don't know how strong Dustin's encryption is out here in the temple. I haven't really talked shop with him about that.
Have you ever had sex in this room?
No, I have not. Where did Susie get here? I don't see her. Susie?
Okay, fine. It'll be a three-way.
Maybe it's secret super audio on Dustin's laptop.
I want to watch you blow your load later.
Yeah, it's got to be.
You got to go overseas for that.
I want to watch you blow your load later.
No, you don't, Lord.
I was talking to Susie.
Try to relax your anus.
Whenever I'm on the toilet, I do. I don't have any problems in that area at all.
Yeah, I don't have any responses to these. I don't know what to say.
She's got some nice boobs on her.
Who?
Get the clothes off, bitch.
We're going old school now. Old Grego.
Yeah, I hear that. So back to the Cicada. Yeah, we got to see some badass bands, the Arendalite, JOE, which we caught a couple songs for because we had to bounce between there and the Boiled Owl, because that's where Mean Motor Scooter was playing their album release.
Fuck you.
All right, Mean Motor Scooter. Calm down.
Wow.
Have you heard their new?
Somebody's not a fan of Mean Motor Scooter in the audience.
Fuck you.
Have you heard their new album?
No, I haven't listened to it yet.
That's good. It's real good.
Aside from the short clips that were played on last week whenever they were guests here.
I will eat your ass.
Yeah, it was. It's different, but it still sounds like them.
Yeah, and I kind of dig the addition of Willem from Phantom Mellow being the second guitarist on stage too.
Yeah,
I don't know if he was involved in the recording process though.
I don't think so. I think Sammy did all the guitars.
Yeah, I got to see Phantom Mellow a couple weeks ago. They opened up for Thumpasaurus at the Deep Elm Art Company.
So who does vocals in that?
What a stupid fucking question.
Did you know? I don't even know.
Oh, you mean in Phantom Mellow? It's William.
Oh, I thought that they weren't doing that anymore.
No. William was singing. Yeah, Will was singing lead.
So who's playing bass?
It was Aaron
okay.
Richter. Yeah, from.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
My former neighbor across the street, who's moved out like 3 years ago.
I knew one of the two weren't in it anymore. I just can't remember which one.
Yeah,
So it was
yeah.
her.
I was chatting with him a little bit on Saturday whenever we were at the Boiled Owl, and he's saying he's just kind of filling in for now, but I don't know. They kind of have a penchant for bassists that have vaginas, so I don't think he will get the gig permanently based on that, unless they change their minds about that particular
If
dynamic.
you ever bully another kid again, I'll come back and butt fuck your father with your mother's headless corpse on this goddamn lawn.
Okay, True Detective.
Oh, see, I didn't even know.
Wow, somebody have allergies in here? Is there another ghost among us?
You did pretty good. Your audition, your audition tape will pay off well.
Yeah.
Well, look at this. Miraculously, the actual hosts have returned.
You weren't supposed to immediately go to what our first segment was going to be.
Hey, man.
Well, he has no show notes. I mean,
That was a power play, man.
That was.
You know what? You're a mover and shaker with upper management material written all over you.
Well, I'm glad I have your approval, Toucan Stubbs.
Do you own any Dogecoin?
Yes, I do, actually. I invest in it.
Hold on to it. 'Cause it's
Shiba
shooting up.
Inu's getting up there, too.
Yeah. Yep. We'll get into that later.
Yeah.
But since you're a mover and shaker, you keep holding on to that.
Yeah.
Your Doge.
I've heard of Doja Cat.
And Matt Thomas, happy
Didn't we
Tuesday.
see Doja?
Thank you, Matt Stubbs. Happy Tuesday to you, too.
She was in Houston, too.
Dustin, happy
There was
Tuesday.
somebody else there besides Cardi B.
Because I was always weird. This is Doja Cat? What is a Doja Cat?
Doja
I remember walking around there going,
But
what's a
that-
Doja Cat?
But that was before she
Did
was.
you try to
Doja
buy some?
I thought it was like what are those things? The kamakachi or tumakachi, the little
What,
pocket-
Tamagotchi?
Yeah, the little pocket pet.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
the
thought
pocket-
I would
yeah.
have gone if I
No,
just walked up
Doja
on that.
Cat.
I'd have been like Doja Cat.
Gigapets.
I'd been trying to find it on like Robin Hood, try to start trading it. It's
Can
like
I-
these crypto
I'm gonna
Doja
trade
Cat.
me some Doja Cat.
I need some Doja Cat.
Doja Cat. Yeah, Tamagotchi is the actual product.
No, I like the idea of it being
Gigapet
like a
was
little
the brand.
Yeah, a little pet. That'd be like a little digital pet. That'd be cute.
The only thing you forgot, Thomas,
Was what?
Happy Tuesday.
Yeah,
and
that's
Happy
why I
Tuesday.
was doing that.
He said
And happy.
Birthday.
Thank
right,
you.
He said Happy Tuesday to me, and I said Happy Birthday to him.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
true. Okay.
So
Happy Tuesday, Jeff.
Happy Tuesday. Dustin.
Happy Tuesday, man.
Happy Tuesday, Dustin. Jeff, happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, Stubbs.
And Thomas, happy birthday and Tuesday.
Thank you.
And Jeff, happy belated birthday and Tuesday.
Belated birthday. So, did y'all get cool birthday gifts today? You get woken up in that special way?
I got this shirt,
Dog River.
and then also, I mean, I got a few gifts.
You guys getting pussy.
Because I got that hat, and then
Ree!
oh, I got a gift card that helped me get that hat, and then I got a bracelet, but I didn't wear it. But yeah, I also got this. Denver has this thing on his guitar, on his acoustic guitar. It hooks to the back of it, and it's like a little U shape, so he can just set it down. He picks it up and plays, and he just
Oh,
sets it
Oh,
down.
that's
okay.
kinda
So it's
cool.
like a hook just to
Yeah.
set it. Not. Okay.
Yeah, it just kind of clips onto the end of your acoustic guitar, and it's a big plastic piece, and it comes out like a U, so it'll balance. So you just
Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
So you're just playing, and you just put it down wherever you're at, and so I got one of those.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Hey,
I like
have you
that.
seen the advertisements on Instagram with the drumsticks, the practice drumsticks that you I think they're Bluetooth or something.
Yeah, the digital drumsticks.
Yeah,
I've seen
yeah.
like 3
And
different
you-
types of those. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like you have a drum pad, and that's. But other than that, isn't it? There's a pad for the bass or the kick, and then other than
Yeah.
that, it's just sticks.
Mm-hmm.
But it's mapped out like your kit would be.
Yeah, you got to be pretty precise with them
Yeah.
too. I've seen a lot of reviews for those.
But
Oh,
it's-
really?
but it's
I
just-
can imagine.
It's
that.
just in the air.
Yeah, it's in the air.
Yeah, but speaking of which, I actually got a drum set. I guess as my early.
I wonder how they do the
Birthday present.
the different attacks, like a roll, like when it's coming when it does the what is it called when the stick bounces off and the
I think
guys.
roll is right.
It is.
Yeah.
It's an air roll. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it can measure sensitivity like that, like it can on.
That's weird.
I wonder if they'll do like an
I'm
actual-
sure-
I'm
an
sure-
air guitar.
I'm sure it works.
I wonder what the delay is as you're
know,
hitting
man.
things. Like
Are we
how it
going too
sounds.
slow?
No, like if you hit you hit something and there's like a half-second delay, that'd kind of suck.
Well, yeah. Well,
wonder if
remember
it's
when
good
all the
Bluetooth.
wireless? That's the thing, man. Is I don't is any studio wireless yet that's sounding with no latency and stuff like? Is that something you can do,
there's-
but it costs
I
way
know of.
the amount, or is there just no way to really capture it, the sound? Of
Well,
the
man.
with out latency.
My name's Garth Brooks,
Oh,
and I've performed without latency for years
Well, there's a certain
with his
speed-
microphone.
oh,
Well, there's a certain speed that sound goes. I don't know if you can make it go any faster, right?
Yeah, but you're talking about the digital latency, so there's not a crazy delay in your sound system or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
but I'm sure
You know,
at some point
the
we'll be there.
education.
I'm sure
There's a
that
reason why.
wireless will. I'm sure there's someone that's done it actually.
I'm sure there's studios with wireless stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the crazy things about Nothing Studios when it was in New Orleans was it was one of the first studios with fiber optic ran through all of it everywhere.
Oh yeah.
No shit.
So they
Damn.
could all had their own rooms where they could play and do stuff, and it was all sent through fiber
Yeah,
optic.
I've seen his old
So
house
there
that he
was
used to
no
live in.
latency whatsoever.
Wow.
It's on a Coliseum Drive in New Orleans.
Behind Anne Rice's house,
Mhm.
they used to have dinner together, go through each other's backyards.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know about that, but yeah, the tour guide did mention that.
yeah.
She's dead too.
Well, I
The
finally
tour
got me-
guide? Did you kill
No.
her? Whoa.
No, Anne
Where'd
Rice.
you put her body? Is it like the hooker in Vegas?
What the hell just happened to our show?
Just give me.
It's confession time.
I finally got a Methink shirt.
After
You did.
10
Yeah.
years.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, Marlon, I need to know how much to send you cash money, homie.
And you need to send him some money for those bullets.
Oh yeah. Have I still not paid for those?
I don't think you have.
Fuck, man.
Is that one from when we went to the range?
13 years ago? Yeah.
Almost 3 years ago. Yeah.
It's like the rifles that
Nets,
they have
yeah.
from the
Yeah.
Civil War that you. That's how old.
Oh,
it
the
is.
muskets?
Yeah, it's musket ammo that's been there for ages.
So y'all were talking about going to the
The rock
Cicada
show.
The Cicada, yes.
on Saturday. That was a good time, man. Saturday was a
It
good
was.
night. It felt like a good old school Fort Worth night.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
good old
it did.
days.
I kind of waxed
was.
nostalgia on Facebook when I got home that night, and I was like, "This was a fun night.
Yeah,
it
that
really
was cool.
was."
It was, yeah.
Bouncing back and forth. Now, if we had more places to bounce back and forth from instead of just two,
Well, I mean, the Infamous were playing at Magnolia Motor Lounge, which is where if those two
way out there.
I know, but I'm just saying like if
Yeah.
those two shows weren't going on, I would have wanted to go there.
Yeah.
You know, Jeff Zero was playing out in Arlington. I know that it's Arlington, but at least there's still caves and
Yeah.
Sunshine. Well, I don't
Yeah.
think they do anything at
And
Sunshine
Growl.
anymore.
Yeah.
Growl too,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, and Growl. So
I
I mean,
do stuff at Sunshine.
yeah, so at least we still have that. And it's not Dallas; it's halfway, but it's and so but yeah, it's too far just to go back and forth. Like if somebody's playing at Caves and they're all, and you want to see a show there and it anywhere in town, you can't go back and forth.
The only other option you have down there is Tulips. Go down there, but then you have to pay $18.95 for a drink. I'm tired of that.
Yeah.
I'm really tired of that. Thought this new bar in the back was supposed to help. It was going to be cheap drinks.
Has it opened yet, or is it
Yeah,
still
it's
under
open.
construction?
It's
Yeah.
open. I'm getting massive reports that are like, screw that.
No.
They're getting charged just as much as they would be if they were inside.
All right, hey, are we in for Obsessed
I don't know. I haven't put in for Obsessed. I didn't know they were coming.
to Tulips? I thought.
Are they?
I thought.
I don't know. There's so many fucking shows
I
going
know,
on.
man.
I'm so
It is, man.
confused.
Yeah.
I'm honestly confused
Yeah,
because there are so
shows-
many bands coming to town.
Shows, new bands getting together, like new music going all over the place, all kinds of cool shit.
Are you going to go to the Weezer show?
I don't know. I saw it. That looked cool though.
Dinosaur
Yeah.
Jr.,
Yeah.
Flaming Lips,
Yeah.
Weezer, and it's the Blue Album.
Mm-hmm.
If they would play the Blue, if they would do what House Harkonnen
Blue
did,
Album 30th year anniversary. Yeah.
play the Blue Album and then Pinkerton back to back,
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'd ejaculate.
What venue though are they?
AAC.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it'll be a good loud show. The
Yeah,
only
that'd be
problem
cool.
is I've shot Weezer twice and they just stand there.
Yeah, and I mean, I actually saw them during the Blue Album 30 years ago, at the Fillmore in San Francisco, and I was like, I mean, they were fine. They
You're like,
sounded exactly like the record.
Exactly like the record.
But that was it. And I was like, I wanted something a little extra, and it was like they didn't like do extra long solos or change the ending or slow it down or speed it up. It was exactly like the record, and they just stood there and they played it perfect. I mean, perfect. You know, they nailed it. I mean, you know, I don't know if some bands can even play it exactly like the record. So maybe that's props to them, but I was just kind of like, and then I saw live. They came out after them, and I'd never seen live before. And live, they kicked my ass. I was like, this fucking band rocks.
Live was
And to love.
It was
really
during
good.
that tour. It was during that tour when they were just starting.
Oh,
to
Throwing
blow up.
Copper?
Yeah.
I saw them at Bronco Bowl, and that was a good. They were actually really good live.
They're great live.
But
yeah.
then
Assassinate.
that goddamn song beat me into the ground so
The lightning
hard.
crashes.
Lightning crashes. I had my first car accident when that song was on the radio.
Yeah.
Did your placenta fall to the floor?
Was it because you were tearing up? You were just touched.
He couldn't see it.
I gotta pull over.
No, I backed into the stepsister's car of the chick I was taking home from my first gig.
She hot?
Oh, that
No.
So it wasn't even that bad. You just kind of
It was it was just a fender bender.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It wasn't like you killed a family of 4.
Oh hell no.
The angel opens her eyes, and you're like, you run a bunch of people over.
Jesus, man. No. I'm way more grounded than that.
Can you
guys should know
imagine
me
when
by
you
now.
were doing the vocals for
Or
that
am I?
song? Like, man, this is an intense song, dude. You all right, man?
Yeah, right.
Like you would know what would
Is
be
that the
off
song?
limits or what you could or couldn't joke about because you'd be worried. Man, this guy's really emotional about this.
Wait, is that
Like when he
Spiced
brings
Death
it to the
Cola?
band for the first time, and he sits down with his acoustic guitar.
I got something for y'all.
Yeah.
What'd you ask?
Is that Spiced to Death Cola?
It's spiced Coca-Cola because
Yeah, I call it Death Cola.
I'm all in on Dune now.
I haven't tried it yet.
I did watch part 1.
Gonna have the spice.
the
Hey,
other
where'd
day.
you watch it on? What format?
Hulu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
Yeah.
And
I dug it.
it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Now go see 2 and have your mind blown.
That's the word, man. Everybody's freaking out about it.
2 is good. Saw 2 on Friday. We went to Studio Movie Grill over there in Arlington and checked it out. And 3 hours later, walked out of there going,
Yeah.
what the fuck did I just walk out of?
Yeah, and I was right next to you, man.
I know.
Just chilling, eating some Mexican food.
You're like, I remember I was there.
No, he wasn't there. He
I was at
the restaurant next
at,
to.
Oh, really?
Papacito's.
Susie saw
Yeah.
your post.
She's like,
She
man,
was
they're
like,
right
they're
over there."
right here, and I was like, "Hey, you guys still over there? Because we were gonna come grab some margs."
Yeah.
That's funny.
The ladies didn't need any more marks. That
I really didn't need any either.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Everybody's writing good things about it and stuff too. It's like I haven't seen any complaints about it. Have you? I'm sure there's some comic or novel
sure there's
people that are
some-
all nerds that are freaked out about something, but
There's some dummy around here that's
Yeah.
like, that movie sucked. I didn't like it. There's someone around here that
There's
has
always-
to
there's
have
always
that
that guy.
opinion. But
Yeah.
as far as critics go, it's through the roof. They're saying this is the best movie since Shawshank.
yeah.
And Shawshank's had the highest ratings for whatever.
How's it hold up to
20 years or whatever?
the
30 almost.
the Blade Runner Redux? Like how did it hold up to that? Because I love that.
Blade Runner in 2099.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2 different movies. It's it's
Oh, you just can't even compare the two.
yeah, you can't
It's a
compare
different-
the 2. And that's the other thing is like this is a good. You know how we liked Sacred Geometry Show? What's it called?
Yes.
What was it called?
Oh man, no, I can't even think of it. It's one of my favorite shows.
Foundation.
Foundation. Yes.
How it's a
yes.
slow burn, and there's
Right.
all these different worlds kind of happening and stuff. That's the way this is. It's a slow burn. It's not like David Lynch's where you're just thrown in there and all of a
Yeah,
sudden
it's
all
like
hell's
that.
breaking loose. And
It's like that Lord of the Rings
good.
formula where it's building up.
but not
to
that slow.
Oh,
Like-
okay.
Like
Yeah.
Lord of
Yeah,
the Rings was
that's cool.
way
Yeah, 'cause that
too
took 3
slow.
movies.
Yeah, and the director's cuts are even worse.
Yeah.
Did you ever read those books?
No,
I didn't either.
that's my dad's favorite series of books, though, of all time.
So when did the first Dune?
The one that gave me the
come out?
gummies?
80.
No. That was Shelley's dad that tried him. It wasn't mine.
Oh, okay.
Because I remember being young. I just remember not being interested in it, thinking it looked boring.
What's funny is like I
Which
was
one?
so
The
into
first
Star
one.
Wars,
I thought it
1984.
was good.
84. Yeah.
That's
See, I
when
was 12,
loved
and I was
it.
just like, for some reason, I was like,
Don't
You
go
wanted
back
it
and
to be
watch
more.
well, I didn't watch it. I was
Oh.
like saying, I remembered it being around, but I just remembered thinking it was boring.
Don't go back and watch it. Kyle MacLachlan is way too weird and over the top.
Well, he
It's
just-
strange.
He just watched it and said
Yeah.
it was good. He liked it.
He saw the first one of this one.
Well, yeah, the modern
remake.
version, the Lynch version, I didn't like.
Oh, okay.
I only watched it once, and I was in middle school.
So yeah, and that's
Yeah.
another thing that's on the internet that these people are like.
They're comparing
They
the two.
think this Dune 2 is a sequel to Lynch's version, and it's not. It's a
What?
sequel to Dune 1 that
Why
was
would
out
they think
3
that?
years ago. I don't know.
I didn't know it had already been 3 years since Dune 1.
yeah,
came
it count 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
out.
And
Seems like that. It was
Oh,
just a,
so the
like
first Dune was a Lynch's one,
yeah,
and
was
then they
David
came out
Lynch.
with one in 2021.
Yeah.
I missed that altogether. Okay,
So David Lynch was in 84, and that's the weird one.
that's the
with-
one that bored me.
because that's the guy who did
Yeah.
Twin Peaks and stuff, right?
And Sting is the villain.
Which I love.
Yeah.
Twin Peaks is cool, man.
Yeah, I
There's
just
a bunch of
saying- I mean-
Lynch stuff that's awesome.
All right,
But the
but this one is a
the
2021,
remake,
and this
the
one are together.
2021 is just absolutely epic and over the top and beautiful. And then this one that came out a couple of weeks ago, too, is like just mind blowing. Like you're just like, oh my god! And there's a lot of stuff in it that what I like story writing in movies that don't pretend like you're a dumbass. Like I think I was telling you, there were sequences in the movie where stuff happens, like something will be happening, and then the next scene, it jumps in time. So you already assumed that what they needed to do was done. And they're on to part 2, and they're on to part 3 or whatever. And I dig the shit out of that. You know, you don't have to spoon feed me everything. And that's what was cool. Because you get the story moving along better.
Yeah.
And, I don't need to see, you know, Baron Harkonnen fly from one planet to another. You know, just show me that all of a sudden he's at the other planet. I know that he's there. You know, that he flew there. It's duh.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
got there. So yeah, it's stuff like that where you're just like, oh,
That
okay.
reminds me of Foundation, and also just the trailer alone. I thought it reminded me of even the first Dune that was out a few years ago.
Yeah.
I thought
part
it
one.
looked a lot like that's what Foundation reminded me of at first, and then of course it's totally different. But
Yeah, these Villeneuve, is that his name? Dennis Villeneuve, something like that.
Yeah.
Whoever the director of this one, these are crazy. These are beautiful.
yeah,
Denis Villeneuve.
Villeneuve.
as far as the
Denny.
cinematography.
Mm-hmm. And it's wise. Like I didn't watch Dune 1 in the theater, and I wish I would have. But now saw Dune 2 at the Studio Movie Grill. A big enough screen. But I want to go see it in IMAX,
Right.
big, giant, in my face.
Yeah.
that'd be pretty cool.
But it's good. It's well worth it, and it's you know, I'm now a keeper of the spice with the Spice Coke.
Yep.
Actually, I got this because I used to like. Did you ever get Spice Pepsi?
No.
Did they have? I didn't know they had Spice Pepsi.
I remember
It was a few years
them
ago.
selling it.
I remember
but
clear Pepsi.
Yeah,
And
Crystal Pepsi.
Yeah.
Gross.
It tasted the same.
The Spice Pepsi was good,
No.
but this does
It
not
didn't.
taste like Spice Pepsi. So, kind of disappointed.
I did go to an IMAX once to see a movie, and it was one of the Harry Potters, and like the little race they do on the broomsticks or whatever, that game they played. That was cool.
Quidditch. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. But most of the movie, it was hard to watch because it's like anytime there was a conversation, you really had to look over here at this person and watch them talk, and then turn and look the other way because they were so far apart because it was just so spread out to where you couldn't just look straight ahead and see the whole screen. So you had to look right and left to watch a conversation.
Have you done 4D yet?
4D is
Have
awesome.
You have, haven't
Mhm.
you? I want to
4D
try
is
that.
great.
But the thing is, I see videos sometimes
I
of
saw
like
that one where they're on fire and stuff. I'm like, man, I'd be
it's-
running out of there.
Well, some of them looks like it could hurt my back. The way the seats all
Well, you can change the like. I didn't know
you can
this until
change the
going
setting.
to do it.
I can put it on less
you can
difficult.
change the sensitivity
change the
because
difficulty.
so the first one I did, Aid and I went and watched the new Indiana Jones, and we're sitting in the boxes. You know, we're like, all right, this can be cool. And there's a button over there, and it shows your sensitivity. I was like, let's just crank it up. Let's put it on 3. 4 is
Did
max.
it give you a headache?
No, or 5 was max.
Had to give you a headache.
So I was like, we'll just put it in the middle, 3, and we both did it. And so it starts off, you're kind of like, okay, yeah, this is happening, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, like, when Indiana Jones, like, he either falls through the bell tower of that castle he's in, or he gets punched in the face first or something. But the punch, I felt like I got punched. He's like, bam!
Wow.
Oh my God! And Aiden just looked at me and goes, down. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pull it down a little bit, dude.
Turned under two.
Did you?
It's like,
so
whoa.
you can adjust it while you're. You don't have to pick like this is what I'm going to watch it on. You can
adjust it in the movie.
That's cool.
So like
That's
when,
pretty cool.
when they were like in car chases and stuff, I
Yeah.
cranked it up so it's like
Yeah. See, I know that's what amazes me when you came back from this last Disney trip and you're like kind of over Disney World. Like you're like, man, they've
Oh,
got
for
to
the
fix
second
some
time in a
things. Yeah, but I kind of want to go out there because it's been so long. Because I want to see the stuff that like Epcot has now. Because back then, what?
Epcot hasn't aged well.
Uh-oh. Is that like the Costco side of the amusement parks around
It's the
there or
old
something?
strip.
Or
The the land of the future is no longer the future. They need to go through there and update all the rights. The only thing that's
well,
cool
I'm not
there,
talking about directly there. Just the technology is what I'm referring to.
all the technology we already have.
I'm sure Betty doesn't look the same. That's kind of a sexist thing to say. You know what? I apologize by that.
Are you talking about Betty White?
I don't know.
She's dead.
Like when you go in the ball, the audio animatronics look the same. All that is all outdated. Like that was the AT&T ride that sponsored it that was showing the future.
Yeah.
And as far as they've come is
Aerostar.
like dial-up modems. And you get to the top and you're like, oh, yeah, that's 20 years old. Update this fucking ride to where it's more...
Oh, dial-up modems is older than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. 90.
Yeah.
Early 90s is when they
Right.
were first introduced
And
on the consumer.
the only thing that's brand
Oh.
spanking new out there is the Guardians of the Galaxy ride, which is amazing. The technology in that's just incredible.
Yeah.
The whole ride's incredible. But other than that, everything else is now outdated. And
Do you
that's
think
what
it's-
sucks about trying to build a city of tomorrow. It's not going to be the city
So,
of tomorrow forever.
If you
Exactly.
listen to the Conservo radio,
You should change it to the Concity.
they think it's because of some of the
Which I don't.
decisions that Disney has made in regards to like one with just being involved with China, and then secondly the whole what is it the LGBTQ stuff that they were cramming down on people's faces. So you know how the same thing or people's throats. Basically saying the same thing as like with Target and Bud Light. That
That's
the
why
reason
they
why
haven't
they've had
updated Epcot?
no, because they haven't sold as much. Not as many people are going.
That's only been going on for a couple of
No.
years.
Yeah.
They would have updated it a long
They're
time ago.
still-
They were going to update it. That has nothing to do with it.
They are still on a rebound. Everybody's still on a rebound.
Yeah.
If you go look in theme park stuff and
That's
everything,
what I think-
everybody's on the rebound from
And dude,
COVID.
They've
still.
had gay people and people who like to dress up working at Disney since forever.
And that's
part
why-
of the thing. It's
Yeah.
like you're attracted to that.
Sure,
Because you can
they
dress
are.
up. You can.
That gets back to
I
the
mean,
same thing about how I was saying you can't trust any kind of media right now because
No.
even Bud Light, when that shit happened with that stupid shit with everybody getting pissed about the Bud Light the what was it the campaign that they ran with the transgender
Yeah.
woman.
The
right?
thing that Kid Rock said it's okay now.
Yeah.
Kid Rock was involved in that.
They were all like, "Oh, that's going to be the end of them," and same with Target and all that. But then
know,
numbers,
go broke,
it's
go
also
broke.
it's also there's business cycles that just happen. Like things just
Well,
happen. Period.
Here's the other
And
thing. That,
like I don't think that. Like I have never. I'm still not a guy that has ever bought something because of a political agenda at all. I've never thought that.
so
And I don't think most people do.
those assholes that sit in a studio and don't actually go to Disney World to see what the fuck is going on. First off, you've got the movie studios who have just built a gigantic Star Wars land, a gigantic Toy
Galaxy's
Story
Edge,
land,
yeah.
And that's what I want
a
to go to.
gigantic Cars area. Okay, that they've spent millions on that are packed. There are people over there just throwing money at
Oh,
stuff.
so you're saying I got
Disney's
you.
doing
So
fine.
Disney's, it's just
but-
Epcot needs to be updated.
Epcot, as far as the rides go,
Gotcha.
the technology there, they need to be updated. But Epcot this past trip is the most the busiest, not the most. That doesn't sound right, but the busiest I have ever been to Epcot in my life.
See, yeah, that's what I'm saying. When these conservos get on air and stuff, they start saying
They don't know.
Yeah, that's
No,
the thing.
if you really wanted to find something about Disney, I'm sure that you can. It's a multi-billion-dollar
But that's any
corporation.
company. Yeah, exactly.
Look
Yeah,
and see how
yeah.
they treat their employees.
Mhm.
You know, look and see how they pay them. Look and see what kind of benefits that they get. Look
Right.
and see, you know, if they make them work past their breaks because they're super busy, or they don't let them take lunches because they're, you know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
that stuff happens
Yeah.
all the time. You can find it. There's no reason to make shit up. But
Yeah.
But see,
Yeah.
that stuff doesn't sell in the LGBT community. That gets clicks. That gets eyeballs.
Yeah.
That gets people mad. Oh my god, the fucking gay people are
It's so
ruining
funny.
Disneyland.
It's so funny what
You know
what-
how many gay people I saw
like-
at Disney World? None, because I killed them all. No,
I was like,
it was
probably
everywhere.
Probably,
I mean,
yeah.
it
I
was
mean,
like-
probably 25% of the
Yeah.
population. You know?
That's like it's
I was like, did you
whatever.
count them?
And the people that work there,
people are going to go there no matter what.
Right.
They don't
Yeah.
care
That's what I-
what's going on.
Yeah.
Like even like when we were there,
it's
we went in the
happiest
winter.
place on earth. It's Disneyland.
We went in winter, and almost everybody there was from a Latin American country from the southern hemisphere because
Yeah.
it's summer down there. So they all came up here
They're on
on their
vacation.
summer vacations
Yeah.
to go to Disney World.
See, that's why I think politicians they oversell that so much because all it is honestly what it is probably genius marketing between both sides. Like Bud Light, they're like, hey, you know the old saying, all bad press is good press, right? It doesn't matter as long as you're saying the Dallas Cowboy name all the time. That's success to some people, right?
But
It could be that type of scenario.
But they
that-
still fired the girl that put that ad together. If it's good, what's the saying? Any publicity is good publicity, even if it's bad. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And if it was still like you said, hey, we're gonna play this game, they still fired that lady that put
it
that.
still happens.
Oh,
yeah.
I was thinking
Yeah.
about something else.
They still fired that
Okay.
girl that put that commercial together.
Yeah.
Like that FW Weekly
What?
article. No,
Huh?
that's what came to my mind whenever you're talking about any publicity is good publicity,
Oh,
unless you're talking about that article, which is fucking horrible.
so I want to talk about something that happened to me on Friday.
What was that?
This is about me now. Was down working in JPS by the JPS hospital down there on Main,
Mhm.
and at lunch I had another crew that's working in the South Main, whatever down there off South Main, you know, at Vickery in Maine,
Mhm.
and we all decided we were going to go to meet up at Bricks for lunch, and Bricks Barbecue right there behind Mass Cicada
Mhm.
building. And so we went over there, and we get there and order our food. And I'm all excited because Formula One FP3 practice is on. And it had just started when we walked in. I was like, hell yeah.
It was on TV.
On
There?
TV.
Okay.
And they
cool.
had it on all the TVs. And it was kind of weird because you walk into Bricks, and there weren't that many people there. It was pouring down rain that day. We were able to make our order really quick. But in the back end is a guy down there with all sorts of flashes and strobes. He's doing their food product photography while we're there. And he's snapping pictures of, you know, they keep bringing him different meats and stuff. And
Yeah.
he's snapping pictures and sending stuff off. So the way it's kind of is, there's like these two short tables and there's these two long tables. And we go to the end of the long table, and where I sit is right here looking at, there's a screen right in front of my face. And so I sit there for a second, then I stand up and I go get some barbecue sauce stuff, and I come back and stand, and I'm looking at the screen, and there's another guy standing there, and I'm wearing this hat, my Red Bull hat, my Oracle Red Bull hat. And I'm talking about the race to another buddy, a coworker of mine, because he was talking about he's never been to a race, and he wants to go to a race, and he always hears how it's a party, and we're just kind of talking about it, but he knows nothing about F1, so I'm sitting there talking, and this guy standing next to me goes, so you're a Red Bull fan? And I'm like, well, yeah, kind of. I was like, it's kind of gotten weird to be a Red Bull fan right now. And he goes, boy, has it. And I was like, yeah, it's kind of strange. I was like, I was a Verstappen fan when he beat Lewis, but now I'm kind of like, this guy's a robot. And I mean, no one's going to beat him. So it's made it boring. He goes, yeah, it's made it really boring. He goes, but I'm a Lewis fan. I'll be a Lewis fan till I die. And I was like, yeah. And hopefully he comes back and he gets Ferrari and he goes, that's the hope. We'll see.
Yeah, everybody wants to see Lewis. Too.
And right about then is they had a wreck. Or no.
Oh.
Lewis blocked Logan Sargent in the practice. And it became a big deal. I was like, whoa. And he's like, whoa, that could have been nasty. I was like, yeah, that was pretty close, wasn't it? He goes, yeah. And then he got called over.
Did you have any idea yet?
No.
Okay, you're just talking to a fella that likes F1.
Talking to a fellow that likes F1.
Nice conversation, it sounds like.
So he goes over and talks to his lady, and then he comes back and he stands there a little bit more, and I never even really glance at him. I just kind of see it's a guy standing there with.
And he's really just standing there to watch the same TV you're watching.
Yeah,
That's
waiting
like
on his
Logan,
food
right?
too.
Yeah.
So then his
Okay.
wife comes over, and they go and they sit down at the end of the table, and it's like a community table type thing. And then we sit down where we are on the table, and our barbecue comes out, and we eat. And I noticed that the staff there is acting real weird, like they're looking and they're watching, and they're
Yeah.
what's going on? And then the owner comes over there and it's like,
it's me, Jerry.
he's
Jones
like,
on Basketball Podcast, Dustin.
I'm on a
That's-
podcast,
must-
thank you,
they,
thank
they
you.
must know who I am. They know about the podcast
well,
show.
he walks over and talks to him and says, do you want your food for here or did you want it to go? He's like, no, I'll eat it here. And his wife's like, yeah. Let it here. Well, my buddy's like, she's hot. She's really hot. And
This
I was
is
like,
what
"Yeah,
gets
she's
the
pretty-
attention of y'all.
She's pretty attractive. And so just sitting there watching the race and some stuff gets, we're going on. Our food comes, we eat, we have a good time. I stand up, I walk around. I go stand by the end of the table where they are, watching the TV some more. Then I come back. I'm like, well, I got to go and meet my coworker that didn't come to lunch with us. And I leave.
Okay.
They all leave. We go on about our business. And I get back to the office, and Chris, my buddy that's sitting next to me, goes, you know what the fuck that was that you were talking to the whole time that was sitting at the end of the table? And I was like, no. And he goes, it was John Hamm.
Oh, the actor.
Fucking John Hamm.
Really?
Yeah.
Was sitting, we were talking F1, and then he went and sat at the end of the table with his wife. And I was like, what the hell? Really? And then the picture showed up on Instagram and everything, and on Brix's account.
So did you
and
get him
everything.
booked? When's he coming in?
Right.
He'll be here next Tuesday. But yeah, he's in town shooting Lawman. So then I tell my
Landman.
or is it Landman?
Yeah.
Yeah, Landman.
Lawman was the
other one.
Yeah, the Reeves one, wasn't it?
Dude, there's all kinds of people showing up in Fort Worth.
Yeah, there
you know?
are.
I think
It's
Billy
funny.
Bob was just here. Or
Oh, he's a
coming here.
YouTube alumni too.
Here's
Yeah.
what it looks like.
So they were, Mad Men.
I never watched that, man, but okay.
You didn't.
Did you
He's
ask
been
him?
in a ton of stuff. What? I did not ask
Oh,
him.
because you didn't know it was him.
No,
I didn't know it was
he's
him,
just
but
some
I
guy.
went. But I turned to his wife and went, "Does he have a big dick? This guy."
He just seems like
he's
he
got
would.
a deep
because
voice.
that's the
Seems like
story
he-
on that.
Yeah,
He's
he's
one
big.
okay.
If you see him again, though, hey,
Well, when he comes in next Tuesday.
that's
Shit.
John. Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
His name is John Hamm.
But
and
he
has a big hog.
he
That's
here we
funny.
go. I'm talking to my mom about it. I'm telling my mom the story about it and everything. She's like, "Oh yeah, your uncle's been working with him every day." And I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Does your
What's
uncle
going
work
on?
in the
That's what I
industry too? In the
Extras.
TV?
They've been extras on the TV show and have been working with him like every day. and
Oh, that's
everything.
cool.
Stubbs
Like,
tearing
wow.
up at the microphone stand.
Can't take him anywhere.
No.
Can't take him anywhere.
No, that's really rad.
But then I was like, "Well, shit."
Well, if you would have
And
known,
I'm glad.
because if you would have known, would you have talked to him or like? I mean, if he was talking to you, you would obviously
Yeah, I would
talk,
have gone
talk back.
But
But
it was a real conversation.
But
just
you wouldn't
going
have
back
done
and forth.
anything. You wouldn't have been like, "Oh, I really like your movies" or whatever, or your
Nah.
TV show. Can I get your autograph? You wouldn't do any of that.
I'm never that way when I see people like
Yeah.
that. It's just kind of like, hey, cool, I had this
Yeah, 'cause we were
conversation,
together
and I
when we-
wouldn't be like, well, let's take a picture real quick.
Because weren't we together when we saw "I'll Love It" at the Velvet
Yeah.
Taco, right?
Yeah.
And we were just like, oh look, there he is
There's
over
"I'll
there.
Love
We
It."
just kind of looked at him and like, oh, that's
And then
went about our business.
what was it? When I was in Brooklyn with Whitney, my mom, and Tim, we were walking around to different bodegas down on Bedford Avenue and ran into Saul Goodman. What's his name?
Oh, he's a comic also, right?
Oh, Bob Odenkirk.
Odenkirk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah.
Ran into him and his wife as they were walking around. And then Bob came over and just started, me and Tim were waiting outside the bodega, and Tim goes, "That's Bob Odenkirk." And I was like, "What, really?" And I look at him like, "Okay." So we're just kind of hanging out, and then he's waiting for his wife to come out of one of these bodegas, and he just comes over and starts, small talking with us while he's waiting and stuff. And I was like, that's kind of cool.
If you were famous like that, do you think you would? And you were, because sometimes you're going to be in public and you're going to be just standing around normal folks. Would you make conversation with them?
With other people?
I mean, just like small talk and stuff, or would you let it come to you?
I'd make small talk with people. Or I'd just, as long as I knew it wasn't, if someone's standing, you can tell.
Right.
Like if someone's shaking, trembling, like, oh my God.
Of course, that's what I'm
it
saying.
is.
I'm just saying they're just regular people, and
They're
then
gonna freak
maybe they know when they're playing it cool, or maybe they don't know. Or you're just kind of standing around and stuff. You're gonna be like, so how's the weather?
Yeah.
Just to see if and just talk like you would,
Well, it's like
because like I don't always talk to people anyways, but the reason why I'm asking is because like, do you go up there and like I don't really want to talk to anybody, but what if they do recognize me and they think I'm being a snob? So do I have to go up and just talk to people so I'm perceived as cool in case somebody recognizes me, or I'm not on Instagram being put off or whatever?
When I ran into Hugh Jackman in New York, I did freak out, and it wasn't like a total nerd out, like, oh my God, because we were just walking in stride, in pace, down one of the avenues towards Broadway, and I look over, like I'd just come up out of the subway and was walking, or I came out of the hotel and was just walking to catch up when everybody was at the museum, and I was trying to walk to the subway line to get up to the museum and meet them, and just look over, and I'm like, and I said, holy shit, it's Wolverine. And he's like, good day. And we had a conversation for a block.
Oh, that's cool.
Just chit-chatting, and then he turned to go, he was in some play. He said he had done someone's morning show. I didn't know who it was. And was going to the play for the rehearsals. And there were people, like autograph hounds and stuff, waiting out there for him. Like, I guess they knew he was coming or knew his pattern or whatever for when he shows up for the play and everything. And there were a couple of old ladies there too, and he was signing stuff to the old ladies who walked in and everything as I watched him peel off, But it was...
He taking you with
That
him?
was the one where I kind of went, holy shit, it's Wolverine.
Yeah, I remember that story.
But yeah, I mean...
was
I
that...
don't know.
Remember when he broke it? Didn't he have an accident or something on Oprah's stage or something like that? Or was that Iron Man dude?
Robert Downey Jr.?
Someone had an
I don't know.
accident coming in for some, like, grand entry on some show, I thought. Or it might have been on set. But he got hurt, I thought. Hugh Jackman?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whose it was.
Oh, well, that's an interesting question. I'll investigate it.
I forgot about the Lyle Lovett, though, in that scene. That was pretty funny. Like,
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you miss Lyle Lovett and his giant head?
Yeah, you couldn't. No, and
Like,
he-
there's no way to miss
He was
him.
sitting kind of behind me and like over this way, so I would get my phone up and turn it around. And so I wasn't gonna take a picture of him, but I just kind of wanted to look. Oh, that's him. That's
Act like you're adjusting. You're putting more makeup on.
Yeah, right. I'm checking my beard and mustache and
Yeah.
Get some mascara, and you're like,
So are you saying his head's so big you'd be able to see it even if you were 1,000 miles from nowhere?
it's just that
Maybe,
redheaded
yeah.
rockabilly.
Here,
I'll stick it.
reminds me of Kramer.
But like you said,
Kinda.
the stuff that's happened around here, the Fort Worth Film Commission has done a fantastic job of getting stuff here. And
Yeah, they have.
I hear a lot of stories with Tim working at Red. Like,
His connections and stuff.
just how much this is blowing up. The film area around here is blowing up and taking off.
That's awesome.
And then you got, they're building studios in Mansfield.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
But, you can thank Taylor Sheridan for all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Getting everybody here and bringing everybody
I thought you
in.
were going to say that you met Taylor Sheridan at the barbecue place. That's kind of who I thought was going to be there. Because I wouldn't recognize him if I saw him. I don't know what he looks like, And so I could totally be having barbecue with him and not know that was him. So I thought maybe it was something like that.
I have seen him around and about,
Mm-hmm.
like driving around and doing stuff. And then when they were shooting in the stockyards, he was standing out there doing some stuff when we were working in the area and drove by, and then started getting nosy and pretending like, we got to make sure our fiber's out of y'all's shot. So we were supposed to come over here and check the job and everything. Because they did.
We're doing it for public safety.
Right, because it's 1886 or whatever. It's not, there's no fiber optics.
And
There's
they
no-
asked us, they
yeah.
told us if we could cut around large section of fiber optic that feeds through in the stockyards, so that way it wouldn't be in the air. They paid for telephone poles being torn down, cables being
Yeah.
moved,
And you
cable
just put 'em
TV,
underground?
put 'em all
Damn.
underground.
Wonder what that bill was.
That's amazing. And apparently, talking to my uncle, they've been shooting a lot up in Haslett for this landman stuff. So
Dude, there's so many places around here you could shoot.
yeah,
You know?
There are.
and they
Yeah.
the Harrison Ford one, they did a lot of shooting down in Venus.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
did
that's
you
the
watch
thing
all
that-
of it?
Yeah.
The Harrison
Oh,
Ford
yeah.
one?
Yeah, well,
That's the thing that I do like. You know me, I got some complaints about the dude, but that's one thing he does well. Taylor.
Did you hear the thing about?
He's finding badass, like he's doing good scouting in the state of Texas and utilizing it on a lot of stuff. So that's
Did you
one
hear the thing about the show that the Stallone show? What's it called? Tulsa.
Oh, yeah, Tulsa King.
Yeah,
Tulsa King.
That's a good show. I've seen clips
You
of
know,
it.
they shot that first
manned it.
season in Tulsa,
Yeah.
and the crew said never again
Really? Why is that?
because it was too hot. They shot it all during
in the
like
summer?
last summer or whatever. And they're like, "This is way too freaking hot, and this place sucks. We're going.
Yeah.
We'll shoot it somewhere else."
It's not hotter. It's got to be hotter here than Tulsa, right? Because they're
I
further
have
up
no
north than we are.
You would think.
Yeah, but it gets a dry there's dry air across that desert and mountains that are coming through from the west and stuff. It's just
I don't know.
bakes
I just feel
people.
like it'd be hotter here than
brutal
there.
hot wind blowing across
Like their
Oklahoma.
nights, I bet would be cooler, but I don't know about their days. Their days
Toasty
probably
night.
just as nasty. I don't think it gets up. What? Did we break a record last year? Was it? Haven't we
Yeah,
broke
maybe.
records?
We broke
Like in the last 10 years, we've broken 2 records
Yeah, I
for
think so.
heat.
You're talking
That's what he was on Joe Rogan a little while ago. Again,
Yeah,
Taylor was, and he was talking about that.
yeah. the
But,
heat.
all the stuff.
The Outsiders was filmed in Tulsa.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
that's
didn't know that.
awesome.
Blade Runner was filmed in Fort Worth.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
In the
Oh, it was
or
the water-
not Blade Runner. It's
No,
Logan's
it's-
Run.
Yeah, see, I didn't
Logan's
know
Run.
that. I was like,
Yeah,
oh.
yeah, that's right. The
To the water
fountain.
gardens.
And the
Yeah,
water
water
gardens.
gardens. Yeah.
Oh, RoboCop in Fort Worth or in Dallas.
Dallas, yeah.
Yeah.
The
And
OCP
Denton.
building is the Dallas City Hall. Yeah.
Well, while we're gelling into a TV conversation, something that we didn't discuss last week that I wanted to tell you is I'm caught up on Masters of the Air.
And
Except for, I guess, when did they come out? by the way?
Friday.
Oh, then no, I'm not caught up now. Because I think I might have. No,
Yeah, my dad
How
was
much
talking to
I
me
can
about
read?
that show.
It's fucking good,
dude, it's awesome.
Dude,
yeah, it's pretty cool.
So damn good. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go back and watch it again when it's done. But good lord, it's good.
Yeah, what's the word on that? Or what are they gonna? Are they gonna do a season 2 or anything? Or is this just one of those docu-series
They're gonna
4000
extend-
BX9?
They're gonna extend the World War II.
No,
and
do
be
the
like, now Nazi becomes
no, do the
or
Pacific
Hitler
Front.
becomes Mecha
No, dude,
Hitler.
do the Pacific
Shit, like
Front.
the Wolfenstein games, the
Okay,
modern ones. Yeah.
assholes. Do the Pacific Front.
Well, that's what they did
Pacific
with
Rim?
the other one, but
No, with the Air Force alone, though.
yeah. But wasn't the Pacific Front more? It was Navy off Navy ships and stuff, and that's what they took the little boy and
What?
big boy over.
But we still had air combat over there.
yeah,
That's,
but it was all
Battle of Midway.
because I think it was Navy.
Yeah, you have
Navy air.
pilots.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could do it with the Navy
You
Air
ever heard of the
Force
Blue
or the
Angels?
Navy Airmen.
makes
But it was
sense.
pretty cool when they brought in the Mustangs and
Yeah,
that last episode, and I was like, "Here we go!
that was my grandfather's favorite fighter.
Now we're gonna
was
see
the
Nazis
Mustangs.
die."
The P-51s.
Yeah,
Yeah, my I in fact I did a model with him of a Mustang that was awesome.
I almost got.
Some punk kid came and thought it was just a regular toy and started throwing it around and broke it.
I almost got to go up in
Did you
one,
kick his
but
ass?
I was too small.
Damn straight.
Couldn't fit in the harness.
That was too big.
It was.
Yeah, it was too big.
It was too big for me.
He said he was
I
too
was a
small.
little bitty. I was a little bitty kid, but I wanted to go up in one, and
You turn upside down and you'd fall right out.
I could go in all the bombers, but I just couldn't go in any of the fighters,
Yeah.
the cargo planes. Yeah, that show's amazing. If you got Apple Plus, Apple Plus, go
don't.
watch Masters of the Air, and if you were a fan of Band of Brothers, this is right there with it. I like it
That's awesome.
better than Pacific.
Yeah, so far I do too. Pacific was so gory, man. It was like Rambo.
Pacific
It was like over
pissed
the
me off.
Why?
It was what I said to begin with. It was like you couldn't follow. You couldn't get wrapped up in a character because you'd
He'd
be
be
like,
taken
okay,
out
this
of-
guy's good. And then all of
yeah.
a sudden, gone. Or, you know.
That's war, man.
Yep. He'd run up on a beach and some Japanese soldier shoot him up, be over. Or they'd be
Or
standing
step on a mine.
No, dude, it's crazy when you think about it. Those kids are like 18, 19, 20 years old, you know, and it's like they go there, you go through all this intense training, and you become friends with these guys that you're training with. I mean, like good friends. Then you go into war. So you're living and dying with these guys, and y'all become like closer than brothers, you know? And then just dead, dead, just dead. And then you got to come home and be like, oh, normal.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, that's crazy.
That the thing I like about Pacific though was that it's the story of the Marines, the birth of the
Yeah.
Marines. So that's the one thing I like the story. But yeah, it's I know what you're saying, man. It's like
Yeah.
you're like I just started following that character and kind of thought he was cool
kinda
and
like
stuff,
him.
man.
And the character you start with.
They
is
do that
like,
on
okay,
purpose
cool,
because
cool,
of what
all
Jeff
right.
said.
2
It
episodes
really
in.
happens that way.
Yeah.
Well, look at the beginning of
Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan. Good Lord.
Man, that was
Brutal.
crazy.
Yeah, that
I remember the theater was just silent. You couldn't hear you could hear a pin drop.
Yeah. You heard my beer fall
Yeah, someone kicking over
because it did.
a wine cooler
Clink,
bottle.
It's all with the bottles all click, 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 all the way down the row. It just rolls down to the
That
bottom.
happened on I think Independence Day with my friends and I.
I've done that. I've knocked a beer bottle down
Or you'll hear a big tall boat.
just rolling
Fuck.
down.
Remember when Ridgely had the movies and the movie grill
Yeah.
for a while?
Yeah.
Remember how fucked up we'd get over there? Be all trying to watch like I don't know, was it the Mel Gibson Patriot or whatever?
The Patriot,
all,
yeah.
all of a sudden, oh fuck, man, shit, and you could smoke cigarettes and stuff. Damn it, I did it again. Not engineer better.
Roxy.
Are y'all paying attention to all the eclipse news and how Texas is about to be under a state of
emergency for the cities that are like directly gonna be in its path? Yeah, I have.
I keep getting messages from different people. And they're like, "Are we going to be able to see it from where we are?" And my family's like out in Weatherford. There's some of them too. And I'm like, "No, you're in Weatherford. And if you're in Fort Worth, you'll get to see it for 10 seconds, maybe 10. You got to go east. But they're talking like,
Are we under a state of emergency because of all the people that are coming into the state?
Yep.
yeah.
To see the
And they're like, the hill country's already like
full.
They've declared a national disaster before it's even happened.
Yeah, all the hotels are sold out too, and the ones that are remained are like hundreds of dollars a night.
Yeah. And people are just gonna basically show up, and they're talking about like even the Junction newspaper today was like, we got a big influx of people coming to Junction, and you're not going to be able to do anything for hours before and after because the town's going to be so full.
Right.
I don't know. It's pretty.
It's good for the small economies though too.
Yeah.
Getting gas and sodas and snacks and whatever else you might need.
It's pretty awesome. It's just funny, like watching the news freak out about this every morning. Like it's a big thing on Fox 4 News.
Oh,
It's
really?
like, the eclipse is coming at the countdown. It's 29 days, and we got this and da-da-da-da-da, and get ready and all this. And I'm like, just relax.
So what are they recommending too with this fear package here they got? What they
lot of
want you
it
to
is
stock
just-
up food and come into Texas with food is basically what they're saying.
Well, that's why suppressors are easy to get right now.
I
ju-
think they're the same
this
as
is
lots of
why
Jesus.
I don't understand. It seems like why call it an emergency? Why not just call it visiting weekend or something like that? Like Eclipse Week. What's wrong with Eclipse Weekend?
All the schools are
Because
now
all that
letting
does
out.
is scare people, man. When you say like I'm calling a national emergency, you can still kind of like not get the. I know what he's trying to do. He wants federal funds, right? So you could still, in a weird way, you don't have to call it an emergency because it's gonna freak people out,
yeah,
man.
it's not. It's going to be chaos. And
Why is everything
just-
extreme now? It's like,
I know hospitals like the Fredericksburg Hospital and the Kerrville Hospital are freaking out because they're afraid of, with this influx of people, there's going to be more accidents, more stuff
and there will be.
like that, and they're not going to have
But-
room for everybody. that comes in and just needs to have a hospital. They're kind of
But this is
need
no-
emergency treatment. But
I-
I'm like, it's one day.
Right, exactly. It's
right,
not.
and it's only like a couple hours of one day.
And the
I
holidays,
know they
the
gotta get here
holiday
and go home,
traveling
but-
season is so dangerous anyway. Like, we don't call that national emergencies when everybody's
because-
traveling on those days.
Because they're not all
should.
going to the same point, though.
Hmm?
They're not all
They're
going
all
to the
going
same
to the
place.
same place.
Oh, the influx of people from Texas is you're saying so you think there's more people that are going to be in Texas for this eclipse than comes in for
Yep.
the holidays?
hmm And that's one of the things
It'll
they've
be
talked
interesting
about.
to
Like,
see the data.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
I don't
the
know.
ho-
But
the
I'm
other
just
thing
saying.
they're already talking about
I'm
the
saying
people that
during
have
the
booked
holiday-
hotels.
Yeah.
Or a lot of them are from up north, out of states that have come in.
Mhm.
Like they've interviewed.
No, it
people
seems
like
crazy
in
to me too. Why would you go to
Kerrville and
Texas
stuff.
to see this?
You-
One thing.
you know what's absurd?
2044 is the next time it'll be in the U.S. Period. It doesn't come around. The last time it was
Yeah.
here was when I was like 8 years
It's like
old.
it was here like last year.
Well, also the
No.
one
That was the Ring of Fire. This
know.
is a total eclipse. This doesn't happen except like every 20, 40 years.
Yeah.
you know what
We
else?
may not be alive the next time it comes.
You
through.
know what else is probably going to contribute to it as well? The amount of people I bet is the fact that you just had a pretty like a 97% one like a few months ago,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of people that are like, man, I wish I would have gone out camping and stuff during
seen
like
that.
gone to Texas or something to do that.
I wish I would have known about it. I heard that a lot.
Yeah.
When people looking at my pictures were like,
Yeah.
I wish I would have known about this.
And see, we're not even the only state that's gonna be visible from. It goes from like
No.
down to
But that's the other
Southwest.
thing
Right, with
is
the X
everybody
part or
is talking about that band. Everybody in the country is moving to that band for that day.
Yeah, it's not
You know,
just
there's
Texas.
people-
It's all that big.
But I know people that like just following photography groups and everything, that photographers that go and travel to see eclipses in different
Yeah.
countries and to do different things, seeing pictures of like when you're over in like an Arabic country and an eclipse comes and how many people are gathered around to see that on hills and sand dunes and shit. And
That'd be a
for
cool place to see one.
miles and miles and miles. You just see a ton of people crammed,
Yeah.
looking at the pictures. Are
I'd have a
pretty
problem
wild.
scoring weed there though.
Yeah. Yeah. You probably would. But this is a big thing. You'll have people from all over the world coming in, but you definitely have people from all over the country coming in here. More California.
I just don't agree with the, I don't
Then they'll
mind
see
that.
how we
I know,
live.
I know it's going to be a big deal. I know there's a lot of people that are coming, but it seems like you're going to spread panic when you start calling things emergencies for. I mean,
Yeah, it's not. I don't know.
it's the same thing that they're doing with the border. Like both sides using this border story. It's like there's in what was it, Sammy, a few days ago about how you hear about fentanyl will knock you dead with one like minute little trace of it that falls on your skin.
Oh, it will.
Like
It
there's
will.
just some over the top journalism going on right now, and I don't think that. I think it would be served to just call it eclipse.
Of the heart.
a total eclipse. of the
Eclipse
heart.
gathering.
Bonnie Tyler.
Because of the eclipse gathering
Or
that'll
eclipse-
happen
Well,
next
if
week.
for anybody that stays here in the Metroplex, I feel sorry for you
Because it's over.
if you try to go somewhere to see it, because you're not going to be able to move. I have a feeling that's going to happen. You're just not going to be able to move around here. People are
Well,
just going to pull over on the highway and stare at the sky.
oh, you mean the moment it happens?
Yeah, you're just not. You got to get somewhere hours in advance and be sitting there and waiting.
Yeah, like all the state parks have been taking reservations for spots for months now, or
Yeah.
whatever. So
If
you could
you-
like we could save a day space or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
up there.
Well, and what's weird is like Enchanted Rock just opened theirs up
Mhm.
like a week ago.
But that was
They
gone
were
and-
saving.
Enchanted Rock.
Oh yeah, I was gone.
Where,
in 10
where's
minutes.
that?
Yeah.
Enchanted Rock is that around Austin? Where's?
Sort it down by Fredericksburg.
Oh, okay.
Which Fredericksburg, Kerrville is the heart, and then where we're going to be in it for 4.5 minutes. So that's going to be awesome. As long as the clouds.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
It's in
see,
the
I
middle
was-
of storm season.
Yeah, see, I was wondering about that too. I didn't want to say it because I was like, I don't want to be
You
the
don't
guy
wanna
that
didn't wanna jinx
it.
it?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, what happens if it's cloudy that day? It's just cloudy that day and you don't see it.
No.
Well, also, depending on how thick the clouds are, there's a weird phenomenon that happens with a lot of. I'm looking at different
Obamacare.
photography and astronomy sites. There's a weird phenomenon that happens with an eclipse, a total eclipse, and they don't understand it, why this happens, but it burns off clouds.
Mm.
The shadow, when it
Huh.
comes in, burns off clouds.
Just like,
Yeah, and they're
and
not.
There's Jesus calling
There's
us,
son Jesus.
calling everybody home.
And it's kind of weird. Like they're like, you know, if it's super hardcore thunderstorm clouds, it probably won't. But they say if you've got a little bit of a cloud cover and you're panicking about it, don't worry about it, because for some reason.
So if let's say there was some gnarly storms that were blowing through, would it just get it would still get darker, wouldn't it? Like then it would appear more dark than it really was.
Yeah,
like
probably.
you'd be like,
Turns
fuck,
to
there's about to be a
night.
tornado. Yeah, exactly.
It turns to fucking night.
So it's going to affect
Yeah.
the way things look.
I remember the last one that I got to go through when I was little, and me and my mom were like, "What is going
I think
on?
I was in school.
What is happening?"
I think I was like in grade school.
Yes, his eyes will be at school, and I wonder if they'll try to go outside and do anything.
But
or
he's in
whatever.
Fort Worth, right? They closed school. Fort
Oh, I
Worth
heard
ISD.
closed? Oh, I hadn't heard it was closed. Okay.
Yeah, Fort Worth ISD said they are having that as a holiday. Dallas ISD is too, and all
I wonder
the
if
other
that's
ones
another
started
reason
falling
they
in.
used emergency too, so because it puts like it
They can close the
makes
schools and
yeah
stuff.
they can close the schools.
Maybe so.
Hmm.
Maybe so. They're like
that-
down there in the hill country. It's like a 4-day weekend. They're not. Kids won't have to go back to like Wednesday.
So if you could see the total eclipse, the one we're about to go see, anywhere, any state park in the country, like where would it be?
In
If
the
if you had,
country?
let's say that it would have like you had one chance to see a total eclipse, where do you want to go see it at?
And it went over that spot, I would want it to go over Arches and be shooting the Arches
Yeah.
with that. Something along those lines. Somewhere in there. Something cool like that.
Yeah.
Be shooting through an arch
I mean,
at a black circle in the sky.
Yeah.
Black hole sun.
That'd probably
Won't you
that,
come?
that picture would be worth a lot probably.
Oh, I can make it happen.
I still need to get my. I don't think I have my.
Yeah.
I don't think I have mine from the last one yet. Did you ever give it to me? Or
What?
have you the
Picture?
print? Yeah.
I just give this shit away?
No, I'm gonna pay for it. I just have you started giving them to people, like selling them yet?
I sold them at Thanks for Coming to Arts Goggle.
Yeah, Arts Goggle. He was
wasn't
selling
at
prints.
Arts Goggle, man.
I know,
told
thanks for
y'all that.
coming.
Yeah,
He's being
I
sarcastic.
forgot what it was.
No, I
Forgot what it
got a
was.
bunch. Well, we'll figure this out.
That was
I
in
don't need no
October,
lip
wasn't
out
it?
of you, man.
No, I've got a print in there, and you can have it because the motherfucker that said he was going to buy it skipped out on me.
Hello, mother.
And I'm calling you out on the podcast right now
Matt Thomas.
by name.
No, it wasn't me. I bought his prints, but not that one.
Jeffrey Lord.
Yeah.
No, I won't call him out, but he's like, I want this printed. We want this, and we want to hang it up here and everything. And then I was like, okay, I got it printed. Where do I send it? Oh man, I didn't know you were really going to do it. It's like, what the fuck? You told me to do it. We talked about measurements and
Turned
sizes.
into
of what
Owen
you want.
Wilson.
Oh man, I
Jeez.
didn't know.
That's not something JC would do.
So
Sure.
the bad thing is the guy's full of fucking money too. It's not like it's
That's
like
how
you
they
can't
get
afford
rich,
it.
man. They're cheap
They are cheap. Fucking dicks.
assholes. I want some money.
So we're talking about crazy shit. Have y'all?
I had a crazy shit this morning, man. It was rough.
I did yesterday. Have y'all seen what's going on in Haiti?
No.
I've seen
Why
some
is-
of these videos.
Earthquakes or what?
It's not good.
Let's have Ukraine distracting us while Haiti
Is eating people.
there is a gang down there that is cannibals,
Is it really?
and they're
didn't
killing
know
and
that.
eating people
And putting it on video
and putting
for
it on
everyone
video
to see.
For everyone to see. Yeah,
Taking a bite out of someone's arm.
because they are pissed at the the chancellor, something like that.
Someone-
The prime
whoever's-
minister, the prime
Yeah,
minister of
whoever's
Haiti,
running the show right now.
and the guy that was the head of that cannibal gang was a mayor of some town.
Yeah, he's got a following.
And a sheriff. He was the sheriff for a while, then a mayor, and he's got.
It sounds like a
he
comic
became
book.
a gang leader, and then in that video, his name is Barbecue.
That's his nickname.
That's his
Barbecue.
nickname, and he's cooking
The fuck was
someone
barbecue?
he killed on this video, cooking
And
them
take-
up and
takes a
eating
bite
them,
of it.
and takes a bite, and
Yeah.
eats it.
Damn.
And so you sent me. You got on me for sending you pictures last
No,
week.
but I did give you mine had the you should have known when you saw Haiti. Like there was hints in mine.
Well, secretly, I had already been sent to it by the guys I work with. So
Yeah,
when it
you
popped
knew it
up
was
again,
coming?
I was like, I know what.
Yeah,
this
and
is.
you guys were getting onto me for that Aaron Bushnell video from the other week. This
guy
is
that
like
set
way
himself on
worse.
fire?
Yeah, the airman. Yeah.
But
No, I didn't care.
so then I was like, when the guys at work sent it to me, I was like, okay, whatever this is, they just found something crazy. But then you sent it, and I was like, okay, what the fuck's going on in Haiti? So then I'm 30 minutes going down this rabbit hole of
How what all the
exploring
hell?
Haiti.
What's breaking loose? Yeah.
Good God. Thanks, Clintons.
Yeah,
Thanks,
that's-
Bill and Hillary.
Have you heard the
stealing
theory
all
that a
money?
country's going to have to go in there and probably invade it and just take
and
it over?
wipe it out? Well,
Well, that's what we do is we'll go in and take all the resources, all the money, and then
suck it dry,
and then destabilize the government, and then just leave, and then the worst people.
Well, their
take over
economy's
and,
in shambles anyway.
you know,
yeah.
because of us, though.
Because of us.
It's all because of us. And if you were able to leave there and try to come here, well, that'd be fucked up too. 'cause,
That's
you know,
gross.
that's immigrants trying to get across the border, and we know they're bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're cannibals.
Hey, did
Maybe
you
they're
have-
trying to escape the
Did you
cannibals.
listen to the show that we had Mean Motor Scooter on?
Not yet.
You haven't listened to it? Sammy came on and brought us this show to our attention. You got to check out, man.
It's on Netflix.
But that's crazy. Like we're
It's
to the point
very-
now where people are eating like it looked like a
Eating their
just-
enemies.
yeah, just eating a rib, like a not a rib, but eating just like a turkey leg or something.
I
Like, dude, that's a
guarantee
fucking
not
arm,
the only
man.
place in the world that's going
No,
on either. There's
it's
some really
not.
dark places.
Yeah.
There's
a lot
some
of fucked
really
up-
dark places.
Yeah.
But, you know, Haiti's been shit on since that earthquake and everything. and
Yeah.
they've
Well,
just
weren't they
been
cursed or
fucked
something,
over
too?
And fucked over and fucked over.
No, they're
Aren't-
trying to get their independence from whoever owned
Yeah.
Britain or France or whoever it was.
No,
that-
there's some religious people that think there's some kind of weird curse over Haiti.
Well, isn't that
Well,
because
it's like,
they're all
uh,
into black magic and all that shit, and they play
Yeah.
with chicken bones and stuff?
Yeah. So
What about New
Voodoo.
Orleans?
Huh?
What about New Orleans?
No, I don't know.
I'm just saying they do the same kind of things.
Yeah, well, this is directly. This
Black
has to
magic.
had directly with some
Chicken
kind of
voodoo.
date. Like they said that there was. I don't remember what religious group said this, but I think it was, I think it was a religious group that said that there was some kind of curse that was placed over Haiti. Like I don't know when,
Let
but
me
it was
ask
like
Charles
supposed to.
Clark.
Yeah, but sometimes the religious, sometimes
Charles
they,
Clark.
the religious groups say some pretty dumb stuff.
Majority.
Haiti has a pact with the devil.
That's it.
That's what they say.
Sorry,
Haitians have
not
a pact
cursed.
with
Pact
the
with
devil.
the devil.
I don't
Tomato,
know.
tomato.
I don't know.
It's called the whole thing.
But since we're talking about eating humans and cannibalism, that's why I invited you guys here tonight.
Because it's your birthday.
Because It's
we-
your
Are
birthday.
we trying thigh?
And I meant to give these to you guys earlier at the beginning of the show, but I had
What
so
are these?
much fun watching y'all.
These
Little piggy
cupcakes?
toes?
These are, I got y'all
Oh,
some
man.
cupcakes, some cute cupcakes.
Oh, nice. I'm
Oh,
hungry
cool.
too.
Look, they're unicorns, and
unicorns.
rainbows. So here you go. Here's your cupcake.
All right, I can't eat that on camera without a napkin. Oh, hold on, I gotta something.
I think we have napkins
Yeah,
somewhere.
I got stuff to wipe your face with.
I gotta bend down.
Oh well, thank you, Dustin.
Wipe his face for him.
I gotta bend down. I gotta bend down.
A dambana.
No, as soon as I bite into that, I'm gonna have icing all over.
Yeah, in your
So,
beard and
It
stuff.
doesn't look like
It's all right. You
don't
save it
eat
for
those-
later.
Like a
Those
cream
aren't
pie.
edible tops. They're rings. So you can take
Yeah,
the
they
ring
look
home
plastic.
and you can wear it and be like, look, I have a unicorn ring.
Man,
I'm
if,
just,
I, if, I wear
I'm-
that, if I wear that rainbow ring, somebody's gonna think I'm woke.
Have you heard what this guy's been saying in the last 30 seconds down here?
What?
He's just
Wiping stuff on his
he-
face?
He's a ninja today on the show, man.
A ninja.
But there you go. And if that's not enough,
Go
there is
overseas
something
for that,
else.
man.
There's something else.
Yeah. But anyway.
I'm getting the woke one.
Which one's the woke one?
The one with
The
the rainbow.
rainbow.
One with the rainbow.
I thought they all had rainbows.
No, they got
They have
unicorns.
unicorns. Unicorns and rainbows.
Unicorns are woke too.
No, there's no
Dude.
unicorn flag.
I bet there is.
No, I mean, but there's not a unicorn flag that
Can I have a
represents
rainbow?
movement.
I don't know why you are being disrespectful to unicorns, honestly.
Because they're not
It's kind
fucking
of appalling.
real.
Because unicorns aren't real.
Here.
Do you guys know that
Oh,
there's a
one.
product called Unicorn Spit? It's a
Whoa.
yeah, it's a
It's
paint.
a porn, isn't it?
No, it's a spreadable paint. Use it on some wooden surfaces for
See, it's a ring.
one of our
I'm gonna
sheds.
go with the
Spreadable
unicorn.
taint.
Yeah, it comes in like it almost looks like a ketchup bottle or something.
I'm going to put this on someone's truck tomorrow and they're going to freak out. They're going to just lose their mind, one of those stupid rednecks I work with. Oh my God! Put this on my truck. God damn it! I'm gonna shoot someone in the goddamn face. Put this on my burner.
I ain't gay. I ain't gay. I tell you, what are you? I ain't gay, man.
They won't use the
I don't
word
know
gay.
who put this on here.
They won't use the word gay.
Well, I didn't know if we were censored from that word yet or not.
We are censored from that word. I'm just saying. They
I mean,
won't
I'll
use
say
it.
the right way if y'all want.
No.
Like the way it would be said.
The
on
white way?
On a,
There you go again.
So today I went to QT, and I got to talk about this interaction. There, QT is always fun. We just need to have a QT segment because
Yeah, but eat their
we've had a lot of stories.
eat their hot dogs at your own risk.
Man, you got shit against everybody. You hate Coca-Cola, you hate McDonald's, you hate QT's hot dogs now.
I don't hate them. I actually like the
Dude.
fucking case. Not
Their freaking egg
taquitos.
rolls are
Yeah, the egg
bomb.
rolls are good.
Yeah, and their breakfast pizza.
Yeah, and the breakfast pizza. I just don't care for their hot dogs.
So you'll eat that shit, but you won't eat McDonald's. It's in the same category. You're not going to be saved.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that they're much of an upgrade from. I mean, unless you got some like just chicken.
You won't have
like,
Death Burger, but you'll have Death Taquito.
The taquito.
So I'm there. And I think QT needs to have its own segment on the show. At least once a month.
I mean, we talk about them all the time.
And we have gotten emails, people wondering what a QT is. So let me explain it to you.
What is a QT?
It's a quick trip. Some places in the country don't have quick trips.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a oversized gas station. It's like a 7-Eleven times 7.
Not
It's
quite
huge.
as big as a Buc-ee's.
No.
A 40.
Well, a lot of people don't know what a Buc-ee's is.
Oh yeah,
And
Buc-ee's is huge.
for our British friends out there,
huge.
a gas station is a place where you put stuff in your car
It's a
in order for
petrol
it to go.
Petrol
Yeah,
station.
petrol. And these are big. They're really, really big. They have, all sorts of food and drink in them and supplies, and you could live in one if you needed to. Really, they have a kitchen that cooks stuff. Well, I'm at this QT today. And there's this big muscled up guy that thinks he's a badass. And I'm standing out there pumping my gas, and I see him come. He goes over and gets some ice. And he picks it up. And he's carrying it. He's walking over to his car. And when he gets to his car, his big old arms and everything, he picks the ice up over his head and slams it on the ground.
Yeah,
Probably trying to break it up to put it in a cooler, I imagine.
Yeah.
If it's one.
The plastic thing breaks off the top.
And it goes
and
everywhere.
ice goes shooting
Yeah.
clean across.
I mean, there's a reason.
You just got to do a little.
Yeah, I mean, I figure
Like
that's what he's
Just
trying to
one
do too.
crank.
But why would you lift it over your head and just
And
slam,
slam it
Yeah,
down
that's overkill.
hard.
That's asking for something.
Especially if you're
like
a big muscled up guy.
Well, I start laughing because I'm just
Yeah.
like, this is fucking hilarious. Well, I looked past him, and there were a couple of cute girls over there, and I guess
They're
he was trying to
laughing too.
impress them.
Oh, well,
No.
I'm sure that impressed him.
Were they
His
laughing?
muscles and arms.
Were they laughing?
Pressing me, man.
Well, then he gets pissed off. They were just
no.
kind of like, oh my God. And they turned and walked and went in. Like, ignore him. He gets all pissed off and starts throwing shit around, gets in his car, just leaves the ice and bag and everything on the ground. peels
Oh,
off
what a
and takes
douche.
off.
I at least pick up the bag, man. The cubes would melt. But
Anyway, I thought that was pretty funny.
Man, that doesn't surprise me. Not at all.
The tales of QT.
Yeah. You never know what you're going to see at a QT.
You never
man.
know.
Exactly. You know they have a safe room in every one.
Mm-hmm. That's where you can take your kid.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I've dropped off a few there.
Never to be seen again.
In the bathroom, like
wiped off a few
kids
there.
at the pool. Like, bloop.
What? Huh?
I don't know. I tried to make something funny and it got more weird.
No, I got it. I thought it was funny.
Sorry. Racetrack too.
Racetracks. I don't go to racetracks anymore.
Yeah, racetrack's a little weirder.
They're
Yeah.
trying to compete. I can tell with some of the newer ones that
They've got a
built
good
up.
one up by the Cowboys by whatever it's called, the Star. There's a nice one up there. Of course, it has to be nice because it's up there.
And they have some nice ones. But I'm thinking of the one by my house on 35 and Berry. That's
No,
that's
that
kind of a
one's-
weird one.
That one's like the old school ones that
Yeah.
are dark.
Yeah.
So racetracks like the Walmart and
Target.
QT's like the Target.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'd put them there. Yeah,
QT.
I don't like racetrack.
Yeah.
Racetrack feels weird. Makes me feel very weird. It's 7-Elevens now.
Oh man,
Dude, 7-Elevens have more fucking skimmers on the
I get sick of them
keypads
not keeping
by the
something in
register.
stock. Like they bring something in that I like, and then I'll go back 2 weeks later, and they don't carry it anymore. Like it's some wasabi nut mix or something that I really did enjoy, and then I go back, and they're like, "No, we stopped
don't
ordering
carry that
man.
anymore."
Yeah, we don't carry it." They're like, "Damn, dude, that was good."
Here's a promo that's not supposed to be promoted, but this is my 3rd week in a row of having an HTO on the show.
HTO?
Yeah, I've wondered about that.
Jesus
I still haven't tried
Seen
them
those.
yet.
There's
Freaking good.
yeah.
Where's the closest one from here?
Like Worth?
Oh, is it?
No, there's one in Colleyville now.
There's not one on Colleyville, like around where the stadium is or something.
Yeah, there's one down there at Colleyville.
I think
like
there's one
Davis
in
Boulevard
Arlington
or
too,
whatever it is.
North Arlington.
I think so. They're slowly
It's a-
spreading around. They're spreading their love.
Yeah.
But man, this shit right here. This Georgia peach sweet tea.
So,
So
they have
is
all
that-
different flavors.
Yeah,
Them in
but
black,
it's
they have
all
green
tea?
and stuff as well.
It's all tea. So
Do
have
they sell
a
hot
little bit
tea,
of
too?
coffee. Yeah. So you walk in, and because I always walk in because my truck's too big to drive through my work truck. But it's just fountains of tea. This one in Lake Worth, along these 2 walls. You grab your cups, you get some ice, and you just walk up, and you can mix them. You can suicide them. But they make this one that was called peach cobbler that they
Yeah.
had for a little bit.
Oh, really?
And what it was sweet chai with sweet peach. Is basically all it was. So
That sounds
I
good.
can make it on my own now that I know
Because they have
how.
a chai tea.
You
Because
cracked
they
the
have a chai
code.
tea.
I like chai
Yeah, I
tea.
figured it out. And this place is freaking awesome. This lasts all day. It's good. And so today, I bought this, which is the sweet Georgia peach. And in my refrigerator in my truck, I have a nice gallon sitting there for tomorrow.
Nice.
I love this stuff, man.
I have to
I'm a
check it
tea
out,
junkie.
man. What if I go in there on my first visit and like, pardon me, can I have a spot of tea? And they bring me that, and I'm like, get that out of here. Like, act like I'm English.
Like,
do they have English tea?
Do they have like black tea and
Yeah, do they
Earl
have
Grey
English
and all that
teas?
kind
They
of
have
stuff?
all sorts of tea.
They have Earl Grey?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
They have everything.
So you get a little hot tea, like a little
I drink
cup
Earl
of hot
Grey.
tea.
They have
Yeah.
opium tea?
Hot tea is a little bit. You got to do a little bit more to
Mushroom
make
tea?
it. It's not like the fountains that are just ready to go with all the teas. But
What about
Yeah,
mushroom
yeah,
tea?
you get hot water and put the bag in it.
Like
no, but I've been
hallucinogenic?
having
Probably not.
mushroom coffee or mushroom hot chocolate. It's good.
I've
Yeah.
seen ads for mushroom coffee. Yeah, on Instagram.
That sounds
It's
terrible.
supposed to fix your gut.
What is it called? Fuel? Or something
It's
like
not
that?
that.
Give me
That's not
fuel,
what
give me fire.
I don't know what. I can't remember what the one I'm drinking is called. I can't think of what it's called.
Do they have zero? They have zero sugar teas.
There's no alcohol at these places. Like, you can't order a shot, like do a Arnold
No.
Palmer or anything like that.
No, these are.
Well, Arnold Palmer's just lemonade.
Yeah, it's
tea?
lemonade.
Lemonade and tea.
You can make that probably.
A Tom Collins.
Tom
Is,
Collins?
I don't know
What?
what you put in tea
What's-
to make it a liquor to drink. What would you put?
I
in
thought it was just tea and lemonade.
They,
Yeah, I thought
they
Arnold
did
Palmer.
lemonade and, is it vodka? I used to sell this shit.
Oh, that
I
was
forgot
the
what it's-
hard Arnold Palmer.
Yeah, the hard on.
Yeah,
okay.
because the
Arnold
regular
Palmer-
Arnold
there's a-
Palmer was just tea and lemonade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just sweet tea and lemonade.
And then they mix them too. They do tea and lemonade. You can also do the lemonade and the tea, I guess.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
whatever.
because if you can start with the tea, but
Yeah.
it's better to.
It's all going to end up at the same place,
ending
which
with
is
the
a
tea.
nasty hangover.
I'll
Yeah.
start with the lemonade and then put the tea in, but you can start with the tea and put the lemonade
Yeah,
in.
now see what I would do because I was trying to drink unsweet tea, and I just can't. But I would
Yeah.
get like about half a glass of unsweet tea, or even three quarters, and then just get
Yeah.
regular sweet
Oh, the old
lemonade
half and half.
and just pour it in there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, I'm like, this is because I'd never had one before, and I was like, I'm gonna try this, and I was like, this is really good. And that became like a little drink I would drink for a while.
You know what my
Yeah.
favorite tea is
Unsweet
besides
tea.
the ones you just mentioned, all those, but I just get tea and lemon. No, like unsweet tea with lemon. That's my go-to now. It's like
That's what I wanted to
I
try.
can't.
I can't do the sweet tea.
If I do
anymore.
unsweet,
either.
I've got to
It's too
put.
sweet for me.
I do
I've got to
zero
put
sugar.
some fake sugar in there, some sweet and low. That'll be good.
Yeah, that's what I like to do, sweet and low.
A little
But
sweet
Yeah.
and low, and I'll be good. Yeah.
I just started going zero sugar, and I just drink it that way.
So I got a trip idea.
Acid.
We could use some.
Mescaline.
And this comes up because of what we talked about in our NAM group about NAM next year, which I'm 100% on board to do, but you backed out, I think.
What's that?
The train ride
Yeah, no,
from here to LA.
Oh, an Amtrak train ride? Like a
I will not be doing
like a
that.
roomette or something?
But they're kind of expensive. They're not cheap. You think it'd be cheaper, but it's like just as expensive as a plane, isn't it?
It's a little more actually.
I
I've
am
priced
in
some.
on the band van to Tennessee.
To Nashville.
Yeah, that NAM. Or I'd do
The
that.
summer NAM?
I'd do that to Anaheim too.
No, I'm not driving to Anaheim.
Rent an RV.
I will
Why not?
fly or take a train.
I'll drive.
Oh, really? I'll tell you.
You should go with us to.
I'd tell you
NAM.
how I would
especially
take a road
Tennessee
trip with all these guys to
with Marlon driving. He's so
Anaheim.
good at it.
If we're going to Anaheim, it's got to be in a motorhome. We got to have a big motorhome,
Props up, Marlon.
and we got to go out
Ooh,
there
that'd
in a
be cool.
motorhome.
I was thinking of an
Tour
RV.
bus then.
The big motorhome, I might be a little nervous on. They're
But
big.
then once you get
They're
to
real
Newport, driving a motorhome around Newport.
Or you Uber
Yeah,
everywhere
sounds
from
good.
there. Like just pull it into the place.
Well, I am, but even just pulling it into the place, that's a little
Did that?
sketchy.
We got the Suburban in.
Did you?
Yeah.
The Suburban's a Suburban.
Oh
This is a
my
big-ass
gosh!
RV.
It took us like 15 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was insane.
So I want to do this trip because a guy I work with is fixing to do it. I think next week is what he said. Him and his wife are taking the Eagle, the Texas Eagle, I think is what it's called, or the Lone Star Eagle, or whatever, the Amtrak train
Yeah.
from Fort Worth to Chicago.
Yeah, my mom and my sister are going up there when we meet via that train when we go in May.
Are they?
Yeah, but myself, Shelly, and her son were flying up there, but they're taking that train.
No, I think it'd be fun to go on a train across country.
So this is his second time to do this, and he said it's freaking great.
You got
it's
sleep in
so
the car
much
and
fun.
stuff?
It's only 24 hours. You get you get sleep in the car. He got a room, and he said that yeah, you can take whatever booze you want on there. No one cares. You put it in whatever, and you just go up and have fun. So he's taking him. He's a huge Belgian beer drinker, so he's going to take him some Belgian beers and just. One day, it leaves here at 2:00 and it gets into Chicago right around 2:00.
There are a couple stops along the way though where I
There's
think
a
you have
lot
to
of
train.
Yeah, of course there is.
Yeah.
It's a straight shot. What he's doing is a straight
The-
shot. There is
Oh.
no change.
Oh, okay.
This is the one that goes to Chicago and comes back.
Like direct, yeah.
But it will make a bunch of stops on the way and pick people
Yeah.
off and drop people off. Just like a
so
bus.
I threw this at Jeremy,
We should
and
take
I
a
was like,
bus.
I told Jeremy, I was like, we should go to Chicago this way because it's the same train. Because the route is San Antonio to Chicago and back. That's the line it takes. Because at San Antonio, that's where you get on a different train to go east to west. You can go to New Orleans from there or out to California, LA. But told Jeremy, I was like, this is the same train that when it leaves San Antonio, it stops in Austin, pick you up, you come up here, we'll meet you on the train, we'll go to Chicago.
Yep. Be foamers.
So it starts in San Antonio, but it comes through here.
Right downtown Fort
in
Worth.
Fort
Yeah.
Worth. That's cool.
I think I think you and Jeremy, what you need to do is not do that, but do the freaking hobo thing where you just jump in one of the trains that's down at the main station.
How do you know
and
where
just
it's
go,
going?
man.
That's what I've always
It's
wondered.
roulette.
My dad did that whenever he was a kid. They actually jumped on a train and then they couldn't get off, and they ended up like 30 miles outside of town, and he had to like find a payphone and call his dad and have him come and drive to this other town and pick him up because they
Oh my God.
I'd have to study my hobo code.
I think you and Jeremy would be good at it.
I'd have to
think y'all would
study my hobo
survive.
code. Oh, we would.
The hardest part would be getting in it.
How about a
getting on the car.
Greyhound? How about a
After
Greyhound?
that,
Yeah.
you're good.
I'm not doing Greyhound.
No.
The thing with the thing that's with a train and with the room is you can put your
Oh,
stuff
nice.
up.
Oh yeah.
You don't have to worry. But
No,
like
bus would be a
Greyhound,
beating.
no, I know too many people have taken a Greyhound somewhere and all their stuff was stolen. Because when you stop in a town in the middle of the night, they just open up the sides and you just grab whatever and go.
I took a passenger bus to a little north of Denver, and it was terrible. I wanted to die, and we weren't even out of Tarrant County.
I rode from Yellowstone to here on a bus.
I would.
Yeah.
I
You
would.
didn't get taken to the train station?
No, we rode a bus.
So there's another train that I really want to do that's out of Denver that goes from Denver to San Francisco, I think, or Denver to LA.
That'd be cool. That'd
And
be
through the
like-
mountains,
yeah, that'd
through
be
the
nice.
Rockies.
Yeah.
I guess I missed that one.
That'd be a nice.
I would
shot.
love. You don't want to do any trains?
No, I was talking about the joke I made.
Oh.
The train station joke. So I was just
Yeah.
making, if people do watch us on YouTube, I was just saying, miss that one.
Was it about Cinderella?
No, it's
It
about
was
the train station.
in Yellowstone.
Yellowstone.
Oh, I don't watch the show. Is that what it is?
Don't start. It's
Well,
gonna
I'm not
drive you
gonna-
nuts.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. But that's what it is. It's
Yeah,
referencing-
yeah,
it's
okay,
getting
okay.
bad.
I
All the
didn't-
clips that I see online of that show is just fucking
I was
Beth
just-
Dutton being a bitch in multiple ways.
I was trying to piece it together.
But there's another train I
Yeah, she
really
saw
want to
it.
do
I'll grant you that.
that I came across last night.
Yuck.
That's expensive as shit, but I think it'd be worth it. Fly up to Toronto, and you take a train completely across Canada in the winter, and you got this huge observation car, and the rooms there are gigantic with giant windows as you're going along.
I did go to the train station in Toronto, but I did not see that particular one.
But you start in Toronto and it ends in Vancouver.
See,
You
so
go
it'll-
completely across.
It'll
the
go
country.
through Saskatchewan, which maybe it'll get
Yeah.
close to Dog River.
Yeah.
There we go. Maybe so.
Saskatoon.
What if they stop in Dog River?
That'd
I
be
think that's
awesome.
the capital of
Yeah.
Saskatchewan.
I forget what the actual city is called, because Dog River's fake. But there is a city there where they film it at.
Is it just that one building? Just the convenience store?
No, they actually built that.
Oh, they did?
Just outside of town.
Oh, okay.
And so it's just a set that they would film out. But they would go into town and film other stuff. I think it's Regina, Regina.
Regina?
Regina.
Regina. Yeah, it's Regina, but they pronounce it Regina.
Yeah, I think that's the name of the town. It's like population 200 or 300.
Her name
Regina.
rhymes with vagina.
Yeah.
Cloris.
Cloris.
Yeah.
Clitoris.
But I want to do this. Why are you so against train trips?
Are you afraid it's
Huh?
gonna get-
Why do you hate
Are you
trains?
afraid the ability kid's gonna ride up and like rob it or something?
No, I don't mind trains when it's like you have the open cars where you're like up in the mountains and stuff like
Like a one-day ride? Like-
Palestine to Rusk State Park
That's
is
like-
awesome. It's like
Isn't it-
30, 45 minutes and
Yeah.
it's and then up in
like the train by the zoo.
Colorado, like up towards
The
Royal
Durango
Gorge
to
and that-
Silverton?
Yeah, that stuff. That's cool and everything. But I don't know, man. Just
We need to take Stubbs on the zoo ride.
yeah.
On the zoo train.
Zoo train.
I mean, you rode trains in New York, subways.
Yeah, that's just inner city.
Yeah.
Talking like
That's
cross country
different.
trains.
And that'd be a little nervous too.
Yeah, I know that I'm
Subways
gonna
are
get.
great.
I know that I'm gonna get I know.
Are you claustrophobic?
No, but it's quick and to the point. We're like the longest we've stayed on.
You still wanna be on
the
a-
subway was like what 30 minutes once.
So
30
that was
minutes.
about it.
So how far would you go on a plane?
Well, I went to Kauai and that was 19 hours or no 16 hours.
How was that
Oh,
a
wait.
16-hour flight?
Was
I
it-
thought-
And what were your
11?
seats, coach or first
yeah, it's
class?
like 11.
Was it?
Yeah,
No, 19 hours is the longest that
from here to Australia.
yeah. So that's what Mandy has done, but mine was like, oh, man, I can't even remember.
Mine-
It was overnight. It was like
17.
it was like
10 or 11
I think it
hours.
was 9.
9, okay.
I think it was 9 hours.
Because I think that'd be hard. Like I would want to go 9 hours on a plane or 12
It's easier
or
than you
24
think.
hours on a plane.
It's a lot easier. Than
Yeah,
you
it's a
think.
lot easier to think. I didn't. I was like, man, I got to get some. What is that sleep medication that girls have all the time?
I
that
think
get-
they
the,
drug you.
The melatonin.
no, not melatonin. The
Soma?
prescription. No, someone's a muscle relaxer. The one that Ambien.
Ambien?
Like I was gonna take an
Why do
Ambien.
girls are big on Ambien?
Everyone, I've never known a dude that had a prescription. It was always women that have Ambien.
Anyway,
Now that you say it, I don't know.
I mean, we could take a survey.
Let's take a survey.
Anyway,
Let us know.
Comment below.
I was gonna do either take one of
Click and
those or
subscribe.
try to get a Xanax or something, some kind of benzo, and take it for Hawaii. But
Yeah,
the
sleep
more I
most of the way.
do what,
Just kind of
yeah,
sleep
just
most-
zone out. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, I'm gonna be pretty stoked and amped up, and then like, might as well just leave it. And I did fine. Now, Mandy wants to go to Australia soon, and that's the big one. What'd you say? It's like 19 hours or something
That's
like
the
that.
longest
20
flight.
hours, and that one I might have to take some medication.
Yeah, see, I would rather do 20 hours on a train than 20 hours on a plane.
But the thing is like it was 17 to Dubai. It was 16 something and 17 and a half coming home against the jet stream. But the plane's so big and there's so much stuff to do.
Like, what do you do besides look at your phone or watch a movie?
Get up, walk around, go to the bar.
Yeah, and
go
plus-
to
Oh, they got a bar.
go
they
to the
aren't
galleys,
seats;
go
they're
to this.
beds. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember seeing pictures from when you went.
But you can get up and do things, and they ask you, they advise you Don't sit here the entire time. Get up, walk around
It's
the
prob-
plane.
yeah, it's
go
probably
to
not
here,
good
go do
for you.
this, go do that. They give everybody these little. Every international flight I've been on, you get a little satchel bag thing, and depending on where you're sitting, it gets a little bigger and a little more cool stuff.
Sure.
But every one I've been on, they got those pressure socks on, the compression socks.
Yeah.
And
for
they
circulation
tell
and
you,
stuff.
put those on, put these compression socks on, they'll help you out. And get up and walk around, and there's stuff in the plane to do.
Did you
And
honk
to
a
see.
boob when you did it?
The Rome flight, when there was only 20 of us on it, coming home from Rome.
You honked one?
Yeah, it was like, you want to honk a boob? That was the flight where the plane had issues in New York and was delayed getting to Rome. So a bunch of people on the plane got rerouted or changed their flights up or whatever. And when it finally got there, the flight attendants were like, there's only 20 of y'all on this flight, and it's going to be 13 hours. Do what you want. We'll load up the galleys with all the food. It'll be like a buffet. Come and get what you want. If you really need us to get you something, turn on the light. You can sit wherever you want. You can lay down wherever you want. The plane's going to be empty.
And was that on Emirates too?
No, that was on American.
Oh.
Yeah.
You see all the stuff that's going on with Boeing now?
Yeah.
It's getting. There's going to be a documentary about that. Pretty
Did you
soon.
see what happened to
Yeah.
the
No.
whistleblower?
Yes.
Yeah. It
got-
was a retiree who
got Hillaried.
Yeah, he the dude retired in 2017, and he was killed or died with this week sometime.
Yesterday or day before yesterday.
I saw it on Fox 4's
But
Facebook page.
isn't the damage done? Like he's already made his testimony and stuff. He was going to do something.
He was going in for a more in-depth interview,
Yeah.
more in-depth, whatever they
pretty
call
freaky,
it. And he was at whatever Chattanooga, Tennessee, or some bullshit like that. And
Yeah.
they found him. He didn't show up for the deposition or whatever. And they called his hotel, no answer. They went looking, and he had self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head in the parking lot in his truck. But like one of the reports is, he shot himself in his room and then went down to the truck.
Yeah, that's weird stuff.
It's people just fucking with you now.
Yeah, it is. But this is cool. This is weird. This is something that should be on every. Like people should know about this. This isn't fake. I don't think. This is something that is right in front of our eyes.
They killed him so he wouldn't talk about Boeing.
Right. And the thing that's weird is this comes on. There was also, did you see that video that of the plane that was being manufactured? I think it was, I don't know if it was a Boeing plane or not, but how there was people, someone secretly recorded them talking shit about the planes and how they would never fly on any of the planes that they were working on. And they were saying all this stuff, like these problems and stuff that they have, and how they're just shit planes.
That's what happens whenever you have to make a profit every year. Every year you got to do better than you did last year. And at some point, you can't keep doing that. So you're like, well, we're going to have to cut salaries. We're going to have to cut employees. Okay, well, we've done all that. We're running bare minimum. All right, we got to start cutting safety costs.
Yeah,
we got to start cutting. We got to start getting cheaper.
But you can't
materials or whatever.
cut safety costs when it's an FAA regulation. You
Exactly.
just can't do that. You can't. FAA,
or you're not supposed to be able to.
I mean,
they do it. The other problem
there's
is
lots of rules, but I mean, people break them, and that's why we have whistleblowers who
end up dead
for telling on them breaking the rules.
The other problem is that we have a whole generation of people that are reaching retirement age now, and the kids that are coming in to take their place don't give a shit. Are there new people starting to work there? It's obvious. I mean, it happens at my company. These people that come in and start working for the company that are brand new, that are young, they don't give a shit.
I know, but that's what every
They don't
generation
care.
says about the crew that's coming up after them.
No, but this
They
is.
didn't think you gave a shit whenever you started.
But this is numerically like a stat that can be proven. It can be shown.
Okay.
Like stuff's being turned around that way, and that was one of the things they talked about in the news was that these new generations that are taking over these jobs and these airline mechanic jobs, like United's having all these issues where wheels are just falling off the planes.
I
There's
saw
like
that
4 planes in the
video.
last 2 weeks.
Again, regulations.
Were those
are loosened
Boeings?
up.
That was mechanical issues that mechanics could have solved.
Were
could have
those
fixed.
Boeings too? The United planes?
I think 2 of them were.
The one where I saw where the wheel
The
was
wheel fell
dislodged from the gear, from the landing gear, it was one.
And the one that crashed on the runway.
It was a 777, yeah.
Yeah. But that one landed in the parking lot in the middle of California or whatever.
I'd be curious to see what the pilots are making these days compared to the starting pilots, what they were making 20 years ago.
You think it's gone up as much as the executives?
It's probably gone down. I mean, they may be making more than what they're
It's a
making
union
now.
job, right? So
yeah,
it's
it is.
public.
Yeah, and I do not have any insider information on that side of the business.
I bet you we can
'cause
find out
I-
what an American pilot makes, since it's union
A-
jobs.
a
it's
starting
public.
like a
Yeah.
brand new person, the level 1 pilot or whatever. Because I know some of these airlines, these smaller ones or whatever, are trying to like hire people with very little experience,
Right,
and,
yeah.
and then hiring them for like $20,000, $25,000 a year, little experience, and they're working them like 60 hours a week or. But this is like not American.
Yeah,
but-
it's funny that we talked about the trains earlier, right before this, because if this continues, you're going to start seeing an increase in train usage and buses because this is scary
the trains
stuff.
got
Like
their
nobody
own-
wants to do.
Trains got their own problems.
93,000
But
2024.
it's not the Fear Factory that.
It will be if they start using them more because I mean, they're not keeping that shit.
It
up to
sounds
date
like
as
you're
well.
arguing for depopulation.
No, I know. I'm arguing for taking some
It's
of
the
the money
Lord's plan.
out of the corporations and putting it to fix this shit. That's all that
There
it
you
is.
go.
It's profits that
Yeah.
are going to these executive laws. Everything else is
Oh,
falling apart.
poor
That's right.
Southwest.
That's all. That's all I'm saying. You want the workers
a
to
good
care
point.
more, pay them more.
You're
Give 'em
right.
Better benefits.
You're
give
totally
them, Give them
right.
a good retirement. They'll
Yeah.
care. But if you're paying them peanuts and giving them no benefits, making them work a lot.
Would
of
you
stuff,
like to know
then-
payment?
Then they're not gonna. They're not gonna want to. They're not gonna care.
Yeah.
You
It's
wanna
probably
know what
gonna
a pilot
it's probably
gets?
gonna make us
Yeah,
throw
read
up.
it.
Well, I'd like to know what it's starting like.
Starting first year, first officer, first year.
Oh no, I was talking about the executives. You can. This is fine.
No,
Yeah.
for the
Yeah,
pilots.
these are the
We're
pilots.
talking about the
Gotcha.
Pilots and
This
first
is-
officers,
This is
yeah.
union knowledge right here. A first officer for American Airlines makes $93,000 a year. After 6 years, they're a captain. They'll get $255,830 a year, and after 12 years, it jumps to $267,000 a year. With United, it's $96,000, so they make more than American. Alaska is the highest with $101,000. Nope, I take that all back. Avelo Airlines, I don't know where they are. They start at $110,000. Southwest is the lowest.
And they always have
Keep-
to have
Commercial
employees.
airline, that's $78,000.
Can
is
you
what they
look at a
start at.
For
comparative
first officer. Yeah.
the years, like the
Right, you
past
know what I'm
5
saying?
years?
Because,
maybe?
I mean,
Yeah, I can go back and look at
Because I'm saying like that's good money, but let's say for the 1960 wages, like if a pilot made like 50,000 a year, what would that be today?
Mm-hmm.
And I guarantee it wouldn't be 93,000. It'd probably be 200,000 a year or something.
yeah.
It would be way more if they were on the same track as they were a long time ago. All that stuff has gone down. I think $93,000 is a lot of money. It'd take me 3+ years to make $93,000. So I'd love to be a pilot, or whatever.
Yeah.
But
And you're right. I was just trying to get you to say your argument because I agree with it, and that is, I guarantee there's no correlation between the percentages of both positions. Like upper management, like upper level, like executive,
like way top, yeah.
Yeah, has
Holy
probably their
shit.
salary's probably grown by like over 100%, whereas the pilots are probably a little bit.
The way that it
I would
always
say
is.
a lot low.
Breaking news.
Oh,
American Airline pilots have just signed a new contract
mm-hmm.
to where their salary, a short haul captain on an Airbus 320, their salary can be $475,000 within 4 years, and the max top out for like a captain on a Boeing 777 can be $590,000 a year.
There's power in unions. That's why they want to get rid of them.
Yeah, I wish we had a strong union.
I wish I had a union at all.
Yeah,
right to work.
I've
state.
never
I'm
been a
right
part.
to
I've
work.
never been a part of a union, and I've every time that I hear someone talk about it, it's usually good things. It's like
46% pay raise is what they've.
Yeah, I mean
what
UPS
they
got a
agreed to.
huge pay raise because they're union.
Yeah.
UPS pilots are the lowest paid. Period. They only make about $50,000.
I'm talking about the
flying.
drivers though, as
Yeah.
far as like they had a big.
They were on this pilot thing though that showed all the pilots,
Oh.
and they're 50.
that's just because of the insurance liability that they have to hold when you're hauling people around. I bet.
So what year you
Like
want to
that's
go
why
to?
you
Let's
get
see.
paid less
Yeah,
shipping packages and stuff as opposed to a full load of lawsuits. That
Yeah.
well, you're still going to have the lawsuits, but not over death.
Yeah. No, my thing is just like it's like all these things are falling apart, wheels are falling off, trains are turning
insane.
over,
It's
all,
crazy.
all
It's
this
scary.
stuff. But yet, everybody that
Drives.
owns these places are making a
Oh,
shit ton of money. Profits out the wazoo every year, more than ever before. Every year, it's a record-breaking year. So there's there's money for those to be fixed. Those wheels shouldn't be falling off. Wings shouldn't be falling off. Planes shouldn't be dropping out of the sky. Or trains shouldn't be going off the track.
Absolutely.
You know, because they can have these things updated and fixed and run. They can have the staff that runs them. There's no reason to work these drivers or these trained people for freaking. Dude, they work so much. It's insane. And they can't even call in sick, or if their wife calls, hey, it's an emergency. Your father's dying. Sorry, fucker, you're going. There is no emergency leave or anything, you know? And it's just like.
In 1985, you're
They can
looking
afford that.
at, they were making about 85,000.
Wow. So they went.
That's
they
a
went,
long haul captain topped out. It's 85,000.
Okay. Well, it's not the first year or whatever. But
Which
yeah,
now is
probably 500.
is going to be falling to 590, which what I was looking at earlier was that 200,000 whatever. But
Now compare the owners, the executives,
Now
the board of
Now
directors.
do the minimum
and stuff
wage.
like that.
What was the minimum wage in 1985? 450, 425?
When I got in the workforce, it was 470. No, it's 4.25.
Yeah, man, I was
Yeah,
like
it's 425 when I
my
started
first
working
raise was
too.
to 475.
Yeah, because I was something like 425 or something like that in the 80s.
I wasn't some fucking little rock star, local rock star, because I worked at Best Buy and made $15 an hour.
I didn't make $15
just
an hour.
kidding.
I wish I did.
No kidding.
But when I got my Ritz
Shit.
camera job, I was making $9 an hour plus bonuses
I think I
and
made
commissions.
at Best Buy. I think I made maybe $400 a week, maybe before taxes.
Yeah.
It was like $400 a week.
It's so crazy. And back then, you're like, I can make this happen, man.
$400 a
I
week.
got nothing to worry
You can
about.
you can get rent for $400
Yeah.
a month. You know,
Yeah.
So one paycheck pays your rent. That's cool.
So, when you look at the cost and things like what's happened with everything in the last
Fucking
with
paywalls.
technology advancements and and the money that's involved, like just it's like even sports teams, the money that they spend on athletes and stuff.
Oh, I know.
It's insane.
It is insane, but I look at the athletes and go, yeah, that guy's getting whatever $25 million for 4 years, or you know, and it's like, but some motherfucker's writing him that check.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
person I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not
You
really
know,
worried about the
this
guy that makes
is
24.
not bad.
You know, I don't want the guys that write those checks.
The
Yeah.
new
What's that?
CEO for American Airlines, the Robert Ism guy, what I've seen on a couple of places now, just to make sure, is that he's only getting 4.9 million a year, and I say only getting because I
You're
work for
comparing
a
it to-
company
yeah.
where the motherfucker takes home like 24 million a year.
Is that base salary, or is that base salary plus whatever he makes in bonus and
This
stock
shows
options?
all compensation, his
Okay.
option award, his equity incentive compensation.
total.
It's showing everything to be 4.9 million.
And I'm sure he does
Okay.
very well. I'm sure he has a nice house. I'm sure he has some nice cars. I'm sure his bills are paid. I'm sure he's not hungry.
I don't know. Some of
I'm
the
sure his phone's on. You know?
some millionaires, some billionaires and millionaires are freaking house broke. I don't see how they fuck it up that bad, but there's been several stories of,
you gotta-
people that have that kind of money and then
It's
just
always
they're
drugs and
always house
alcohol.
broke.
It's always drugs.
So
and
yeah,
alcohol.
our CEO made 24.8 million last year at AT&T.
Yeah, I'm sure FedEx. I'm sure he made a
The
pretty
CEO
penny as
of my
well.
company made 5.3 million.
So,
You better be careful, sir.
and you're right. A lot of people get these big ass houses, and what makes them broke is they don't realize I've got to heat and cool the thing.
Yeah.
I've got to
Pay somebody
do
to
this.
clean
I
it.
got to pay
Their house broke the rest of their lives.
electricity. You
Got to
know,
pay
all this shit.
taxes every year. Even if you pay off your mortgage, the taxes will never stop. Unless you spend so much money in write-offs that it just washes itself out.
Did you want FedEx CEO or UPS CEO?
FedEx. I'm sure he made a pretty penny.
Total compensation for 2023, 5.9 million.
It's not Fred Smith, is it? No,
The skater?
No,
For
no,
Alva?
The baseball player, the pitcher?
No, the CEO of FedEx.
I don't know.
He was the founder, and he was still CEO whenever I worked there. But that was
but he's
over
not
20
anymore.
years
I can't
ago.
remember- I can't remember what his name is now, but it's
Yep, Fred
Is it
Smith.
still Fred Smith.
Yeah, Frederick W. Smith.
Freaking Thomas.
Who was also in the movie Castaway at the very ending.
Amazing.
Was he the one who opened the door?
No, he was the one that he called a press conference, and whenever Tom Hanks' character was found, and
I wish you could tell me what Metallica song was ganked.
No one can tell us that.
yeah, I don't know. I've never known.
nice
particular
knowledge we don't need.
Everywhere I gank,
All right, so to end this show out,
where I lay my head is stank.
have y'all watched Octopus Murders on Netflix?
No.
Mm-mm.
I have.
Is that the
Is
new
that
James Bond?
is that a Korea drama or something?
That's what I was going to tell you was brought up by Sammy a couple of weeks ago. And if you had listened to the show
Last week.
Jeff,
It was last week.
you have got to watch. Oh, what did I say?
A couple of weeks ago.
Oh, that's like my default. That's my stupid.
Are you from the future? Have you come back? Give me some
Anyway.
stock tips.
He brought it to our attention, and with what you were just talking about a while ago, actually, you've been talking about it all night. You should definitely check out this documentary. It's about, was it 4 episodes, 5 episodes?
It's 4 episodes.
Yeah,
And it gets,
it's insane.
it's like you're sitting there watching it and you're like, okay, all right, here's this conspiracy theory thing that actually was something. This guy's putting something together and he's connecting on the dots and he gets killed for it. And so these other people step in to try to finish what this guy
started.
Yeah, another journalist.
Another journalist. And it gets like you start peeling that onion and it gets
It goes everywhere.
wild everywhere. And you're like, oh my God. And then I'm like, am I going to get killed just for watching this?
Right.
Have I been placed on a list?
Damn.
Is my Netflix account going to show me that show someone that I watched this and now I've got a hit squad coming?
Yeah.
And that's probably more likely what it's like. Is just you peel one thing back and then another thing and one other thing and another thing and everything is connected to another thing and everybody's money's passing through everybody's hands.
It's kind of what this
You know,
thing is, kind of how this whole thing gears up.
And you're all
And-
guilty. And so it's like nobody's going to turn anybody else in because one person goes down, they all go down.
There's a scene in it. It's like the 3rd episode when they sit down with this lady
Hurts your brain.
and all of a sudden she's like, oh yeah. She's
I
telling
forgot
this
about
all this
this.
stuff and she's telling about all this stuff and they keep showing video and stuff of what she's talking about and how it all connected and then she goes, oh yeah, I forgot. They also showed when they pulled me in there, they showed me a JFK video and the Zapruder film that wasn't really the Zapruder film.
Yeah.
And
Right.
she's talking, she's like, they're showing this film and I'm watching it and it shows the driver of the limo turn around and shoot Kennedy in the head. And I'm like, well, that's fake. That's not the real Zapruder film. And and the people are like, no, the Zapruder film that we put out there is the fake one. This is what really happened.
Basically, in a pep talk to
It's
tell
like-
her, you need to cooperate with what
yeah,
we
you
say.
need to cooperate what's going on. We
Like
have
this is
much
what this was
power.
us,
Right, this is what we
and
can
so
do.
you need to make sure that you're taking care of us, pretty much. And
Maybe
she-
you'll drown in your car in a lake in Texas.
I wonder if
Dude,
she's still alive.
That shit right there
makes you wonder.
Well, it was Mitch McConnell's sister-in-law.
Yeah,
yeah.
was it? Yeah, it was his wife's sister.
Yeah.
Dude.
And it's like he retired and then like she drowned and then he came out
In
and
a Tesla.
In a Tesla and then he came back and supported Trump.
Yeah, all of a sudden, yeah.
I'm fully on board with President Trump. He's fine.
Dude, that's fucked up too. That whole story is fucked up because I was reading about it today and they were talking about how she was in the car for a while because it was
She was trying to call people. I
pretty
think,
well
trying to-
sealed and she's calling people to come help her. And of course, by the time help got there, they had a tow truck there. They had rescue, everything. They couldn't break the windows because it was a Tesla. She couldn't break the windows from the inside because it's a Tesla and the windows are shatterproof, tamper-proof, whatever. And once they finally got her out, she was dead.
yeah.
And they tried to resuscitate her, but
Who was this?
Mitch McConnell's sister-in-law. His
she's
wife's
a
sister.
billionaire.
When did that happen?
Last
It's like-
week.
Yeah,
Oh.
like Thursday,
Yeah.
Friday.
It just-
I
it just
missed
happened.
that.
She was having a party at her house or something like that, and she went to do a 3-point turn, is what they said, and the Tesla took off and backed right into the lake.
That's weird.
Well, it's not the first time that somebody's been able to take control of a car remotely.
Yep.
Actually, the fucking Jeep Cherokees, whenever they brought them back, so they were found to be able to be hacked too.
Yeah, this documentary though is like
It's
full
just
of that.
Crazy.
Just stories like that. It's insane, and then they link them in a way that makes sense. And then when you like,
Was it all speculation or is there any facts in it?
no, this is a real documentary.
There's facts.
but-
There are people backing up stuff all over the country.
My thing
as
was,
they're
like
researching
you,
things.
but like you, Jeff, I have keep meaning to go do some obsessing on it and go look stuff up and research and stuff, but I haven't had a chance. That's kind of what Dustin was saying. The same.
You're gonna
thing
wind up like one of these people.
That's why I'm not doing it. That's why I'm not going to do it.
With all these boxes of papers.
That's why I'm not going to do it because I don't want to be that guy. Like, no, man, we never landed on the moon, man. We like,
Matt, it's
you
Tuesday.
want to hear
Why
about
aren't
that
you
water
here?
you're drinking, man? That water right there. You want to hear something? Come here.
I go over to your house and your wall
Gay
looks
frogs.
looks like Russ Cole's
Yeah.
apartment, and you're just
Smoking a
smoking and
cigarette,
shaking,
like,
like
okay.
looking at everything, and
Yeah.
I'm like, chill out.
Yeah, you'll see what we mean when you watch it. You'll be like, okay, yeah, this is gnarly because
Yeah.
there's
'Cause-
things in there that, and it's funny because all the investigators that they like the agencies that they talk to, the federal agents that they talk to, it's they're being interviewed and it's funny because they say that all the like the crazies and the supposedly bad guys and these crooked guys and stuff that how they're what was it that they have
Basically-
networks over the whole world and it connects it even there's so much to it.
It's an unknown. It's like the CIA that works within the borders and their
Yeah.
unknown alphabet organization.
It's like a black government, like a secret government that's governing everything. But these agents, when they're talking, they start going over the interviews that they do to some of these people that have been in prison and stuff and know about this and all that. And he says it sounds just crazy. And then he goes, and then we start looking into it, investigating, and sure enough, all the stuff that this guy's saying in this federal prison is adding up completely like he said. And there's a few cases, like where a few agents that they interview that say the same exact thing. They're like, it sounds crazy and absurd. Even the guy that does it, what was his name? Was Christian, Dustin?
I think the main guy?
film,
Yeah.
the movie director, I
film,
guess, the writer
yeah.
and all that.
The actual documentarian.
Yeah, him and his buddy, because he takes a buddy with him too. And I'm surprised it was just them two. I would have taken like everyone I knew. I'm like, y'all are going with me on this crazy.
Yeah, and all these stinking
Shoot.
calls are like, there's a couple of times in there where they're like, we'll tell you everything that's going on, but you got to come out here, no
Yeah.
phone, no nothing, by yourself,
To this-
and we're gonna blindfold you and take you out there. I was
Tell him
like,
about the
fuck that.
casino.
Which
The
part
ca-
of the casino?
How it's just this place where that it's known that's where people go to because it's off the grid or something.
Yeah, all the mobsters and stuff. That's where they would go. It's out
And
by-
meet government agents and
outside
stuff.
of Indio.
And it was
in
known
California.
that people. That's like everybody knew that's kind of what happened.
On a reservation where you're pretty much untouchable.
And it's linked to an operative who owns the place and decides he's going to take over the town. It's wild.
It's so
It goes everywhere.
Damn.
crazy, and it's one of those things. It's just like
But is it just for this is for your information, just so you know this is going
It
on?
kind of is,
Or is
but
there some
then-
kind of call to action?
Yeah, well,
I
basically,
think it's to get the word out there is what this documentary is about. But then, I don't really want to spoil the end because then you're just like,
Yeah.
At the end, you're like, it's like watching every season of The Wire. You're just kind of like,
what?
Ugh, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
do I-
Yeah, because
what am I gonna do with
that's the way I
this?
feel most of the time. I mean, I'll try to vote, and talk to people or whatever, but I mean,
This will not make you want to vote.
I don't have the money to fight anybody with money.
This will do the
you know,
opposite
and that's
of
what
making
have
you
to
want to
have.
vote.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I think this is freaky for people to watch because it basically explains why the U.S. is the freaking pretty much the root of all the world's problems in the last 50 years. Like, you don't feel like a good guy at watching it. You feel like you're like, oh man, if the whole world thinks this is what we what we're built of, man, no wonder everybody hates us.
Am I dumb for thinking this? And this is going on a tangent because you just talked about voting. To think that an independent might actually have a chance this go around?
Are you talking about Robert F. Kennedy Jr.?
No.
No, he doesn't. He's going to take from one side.
You don't think there's enough people that hate both
sides?
nominees and want to go with someone
No.
else? Especially if he
The
gets
only people who
Jesse Ventura to run with him?
The only people who
I'd
really
fucking
hate
vote.
Trump, I mean, the only people who really love Biden, the people who really hate Biden already like Trump. I mean,
But there's a lot of people out there that, like, even sitting around my office, there's a lot of people like, I'm not going to vote because I don't like either one of them. I'm not going to vote. But if you throw a decent which he's
There's
gonna
not.
he's running for a third party. But today they were talking about who his running mate could be, and one of them was Jesse Ventura. The other one is Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
what they threw out
He
there.
won't do anything. He hasn't done anything yet. He won't do anything. He won't. He may take some away from Trump. He's not going to take any away from any about Biden voters. Most people I know that voted for Biden last time will vote for him again. Doesn't matter. He could be dead. I'd vote for him 10 times in a row. There's no way in hell I would vote for Trump. Not in a million years.
And I'm not. What
You
I
know.
just said was
I wouldn't vote for
people
Robert
that
F.
don't
Kennedy
wanna vote,
either.
yeah.
Between him and Biden, I'm taking Biden every single day.
You think the
you would
numbers?
rather have a this asshole that's done nothing
Mm-hmm.
in office,
Yeah, because
even over
because
Robert F. Kennedy.
Because I don't think he has done nothing. I think he's done
Who?
stuff. Biden. He's gotten stuff. I mean, he's.
We don't have another 2 hours to go on the
Well, I
show,
mean, 'cause
but
we
he
can-
hasn't done shit.
We can go over the CHIPS Act. We can go over infrastructure. We can go over the different prescription drugs that are now capped that weren't capped before.
that no
He's-
one's following. No one's following the prescription drug cap, and there's no enforcement on it.
Yeah, okay.
So you don't think that?
I mean, that's
what
so-
about?
about
I do,
COVID.
Okay, so I mean,
to talk
he
about
does something, but somebody else doesn't follow the rules. So Biden,
To get back
so therefore
to-
he didn't do it just because somebody else
But it's
doesn't do it.
it's empty promises, like every fucking president has done their entire career. You can say you did all this stuff, but it didn't really do anything.
The infrastructure bill isn't empty promises, though. There's money going out for broadband and for roads and for bridges. That's happening. That's going to happen.
Okay, well the broadband thing's bullshit because I work in that field, and that's all completely bullshit in that field.
So there's not going to be any rural broadband. They're not going to get it out into the smaller towns at all.
They don't care about it. There's not money out there.
Okay.
There's not, and
So-
that's just said. It's not. There's no money out there.
Getting back to what you asked about JFK, though, I do think that that maybe an independent candidate
RFK.
is gonna be what?
RFK, not JFK.
Oh, did I say
If we had
JFK blown away?
JFK,
Yeah, you did.
now,
You said JFK.
Now everyone would vote for that.
I would too.
Zombie K,
If he reappeared in
Zombie FK.
Dealey Plaza, like everybody said.
Ready to come back and kick that driver's ass?
What
but
day
I-
was he supposed to do that?
I don't think that there's any way that he could win, but I think it's going to look more promising. I mean, every time one of these cats comes out, man, it gives Americans more options either way. I know it sucks for one group or the other.
Yeah.
Someone's going to have their vote stolen, but you get more people like that are free thinkers in there as you can.
But I'm also
that's-
saying
and
that-
that's why I like him.
I'm not asking that I'm not saying he's going to win it.
No, yeah.
But
You're just saying
we're
he's
actually going to have an independent that makes a dent. We haven't had that
Since
since
Perot.
Perot.
Yeah.
And they killed the whole option with Perot by the stupid fucking laws that
They said, they try to make sure it never happened.
it never
again.
happened again. They
Right.
wanted to kill off independents.
Right.
Yeah,
so
I agree with all
think we
that.
actually
I just don't
have
think,
one that's going to
I
make
just-
a dent.
I just don't think he's the guy. I just think most of the country looks at him as a nut job.
And I'm not.
JFK.
I'm not saying
RFK.
RFK.
I mean, RFK. Why do I keep doing
I'm not
that, man?
saying. I'm not saying he's going to win. I'm
And
not
having
saying
Aaron
he's
Rodgers
the guy.
as a running mate.
I don't think he's going
That's
to pick
not
Aaron
any
Rodgers.
of my argument. My argument was he's going to make a dent.
You know who I
we
could
actually
see-
have someone
you-
who's going to
right.
do something.
Yeah.
I understand your
And
argument.
pave a path.
I just disagree with it. I don't think so. I
Hey,
think
You
he'll
don't
get-
think he's going to make a dent?
No, I don't think so at all.
Yeah,
I think
he will-
be
he'll do
irrelevant.
He'll make a dent.
I don't think he'll be irrelevant.
Right. Look, I could be wrong, and we'll find out. But I'm just saying that's my opinion. I don't think he will. I think he'll be irrelevant.
I know that. I think that he won't be irrelevant just because of the last polls that came out in the primaries. Biden, there was some places that had like pro Democrats, but it could have been who knows who really did it, and because polls or whatever.
The reason why they're
but he said,
protesting it was
hang on,
to-
let me finish real quick. He said that that there was a lot of reports of certain places where 20% of anyone but Biden were voting. If you're a Democrat, that would scare me because that's who's going to go vote for JFK or
RFK.
Y'all have any like a battery or something?
Right,
Y'all
I
could
just-
hook me up to and shock me every time I say JFK.
I just don't think so. I mean, I do think that there's a threat of people just staying home, being like, I don't like.
Do you think he'll make
Leonard's
more of
not
a
gonna
dent
vote.
than Ross Perot?
No, not at all.
Oh man, I do.
No,
and I don't know about.
I think he'll get. I think he'll.
That's
be,
the
it'll be
thing.
as
I
much
don't
of a
think
dent.
he'll be up there as big as Ross Perot just because of the stupid shit they put in
He'd make about as big of a dent as Marianne Williamson does against Biden.
to fuck over independents.
Well, let's
But-
hope he does do good because I think options are good.
I think so,
love the
too.
options now, and I would be happy with the down ballot voting, and we can have like 10, 12 different folks get in there, have some ultra right, some crazy fucking socialist left, and everything in between, and you can mark them down. This is my first choice. This is my second choice. This is my third choice. That's how they do it in a lot of other countries. That's a way more democratic way. I'd be happy with that 100%. I hate this two-party bullshit that we have, and I'm not a fan of Joe Biden. I'm just a bigger hater of the last guy. You know, and I didn't like him anyways, but like this past weekend just really set me off again because
what did he do this weekend?
He was making fun of Joe Biden's stutter.
Oh,
he's like, oh, hey, Joe Biden, I'm Joe Biden. I'm going to save the
thing
and
is,
me being
but
a
see,
stutterer,
that's-
that just like,
But
what
see,
a
you're
fucking
right
bully,
there.
dude.
You're making a decision off of emotion right
Oh
there.
no,
though.
I already don't like him. I'm
well,
just saying
I know,
that
but
really just
that case. That's a bad case to make an example of because you're obviously angry, and that's exactly why
Because I don't
people
like
voted.
bullies.
That's why people voted for Biden is because they were so angry at Trump.
And if you have the
And
mentality
if you
that
keep
you
doing
don't,
that,
you don't like either one of them, why not go a different route just to help push it and promote it and get it going?
because there's no other route. I don't think that RFK is a serious choice.
oh, I wanted to tell you. But
So,
wait,
and
wait.
that's the problem right there. What if the mentality is what you have right there? We'll never have an independent option ever.
Well, no. If I have to choose between those two, I'm picking Joe Biden just because of his history. He's been around forever. I mean, I've got my own reasons, and you'll hate all of them, you know. So that's no fine. And I have my reasons that I don't like him with vaccine mandates and some of the things that he says. I think
He's just not going to live through another term.
I think he's loony. Who? Either one of them. They're both about the same age.
No, Biden's on his deathbed. This guy's
Okay.
about to die. I mean,
Stubbs, go ahead.
Then he dies.
yeah.
Thanks, Thomas.
Then we're stuck with
Here,
him.
how about
and I
this?
would take Kamala
How about
over
this?
Trump
How
100%
about-
every day, any day.
She gives out
till the end of
blowjobs.
time. Well, good.
How about this?
I could use one.
How about this though? RFK. This has to appeal to some people. RFK comes out tomorrow and says that Kelsey or that what's her name from Hawaii, Tulsi Gabbard.
Tulsi Gabbard
is gonna be his vice.
No,
president
it's the
pick.
same people. It's all the Joe Rogan crowd. That's who like these people.
Who?
Tulsi and RFK and
you're saying
and Andrew
and
Tate
the-
and,
and
whoever
those
else,
votes
you know,
and those votes are going to go to Trump any like that's
they're
going
going to go to Trump anyways. All
So
these
wait a
people-
second. If
That's
you
why
like
you're saying
Tulsi
it's gonna be
Gabbard, you're
squashed.
the Joe Rogan crowd because she
Yeah,
had
most-
good stuff.
She had good stuff.
Yeah.
Some people have good stuff and then they go another way and then you stop liking them. That
Well,
happens.
she disappeared off the radar because she's not a part of anything anymore. She pops up here and there, but
She's more of a
if she
conservative.
comes back in, yeah. if
but
she
she's
comes
not
back into the
conservative.
game-
She's just not the polls the goalpost
Right, but-
goalpost has been moved so much. So, but I see what you're saying now. Now that you've expressed it a little more and stuff, I understand what you're saying. How the Tulsi Gabbard, like when I did that, like it kind of makes sense because if they're not,
you're not going to win.
you're not
Biden
going to win,
voters
right?
at all.
It's not that. Yeah, I can
Now,
see where you're
you
saying.
throw
that.
somebody up there like I like Ro Khanna. He's probably my favorite guy. Dude is voting against campaign finance laws. He's a progressive. He's rational. He's not some crazy left wing socialist, but he's also, you know, I mean, he can play the game, you know, but
Yeah.
but he's one of the good guys. I think he's one of the good guys. Like I like Bernie Sanders. I think Bernie Sanders, for all of his faults, I think he's a good guy, and I think he really cares and really tries to, you know, help. I think Ro Khanna is the same way, but he's not fiery. People don't hate him because he's all this grumpy old man, you know. They might not like him because he's brown and he has a name like Ro Khanna, you know. But I like him. Now you throw him up there, I'm voting for him over Biden all the time. Even if I thought that might give, you know, like it'll take away the Democratic vote and maybe it swings it towards Trump, I would still take that chance and vote for him because I do believe in independent change. Somebody like that would get me to him. Somebody like Tulsi or somebody like RFK or somebody like Rand Paul, that's not going to work on me or most liberals.
Well, we have plenty of time to keep arguing this, so we'll carry this.
It's not
up-
really.
pick
I
this up
think he's
another
going to make a big dent. I think not huge, but he's going to make a dent that we haven't seen.
I hope he
since
does
Perot.
because it's going to come from the Trump guys. There are people who don't want to vote for Trump because of the 91 indictments or because of the rape allegation or because of whatever. Maybe they don't like him because he makes fun of stutterers. Whatever it is, there's people who don't like him who don't want to vote for the left.
So it could be you could have
He might
so
get
you,
those.
so you you're not ashamed that you and you shouldn't be, by the way, but you're saying straight up I'm an anyone but Trumper. is
Yeah,
what I
I'm not
am.
voting
like,
for
the
anybody
devil
that-
could
yeah.
run against him, Beelzebub.
I
and you'd be
pity
like,
for anyone.
He is the
that
devil.
Hail
votes.
Satan.
Yeah.
I pity for anyone that has to vote this time because once again, it's my third term. I'm not voting. Fuck this.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
like
your
either
right.
one of them. Fuck them
Well, then
all.
you don't have the right to bitch
Yeah.
later on.
I know. It's just that the reason.
No, I actually do
the
because I'm
reason
a fucking
No,
American
no,
and I
you
can do that.
You can totally do it, but I mean, the reason why
I don't like either one of them.
the corporations run the way that it is because they've convinced us all that it's worthless to vote.
Maybe he shouldn't watch Octopus Murders.
And if nobody votes, then I think guess what? The guys who have all the money are going to just keep paying those politicians to do whatever they want. They're going to be
It's not going to change even you do vote. If the entire fucking country voted, they would still be handing money out to everybody.
No,
The money's not gonna
because they
change.
could vote those people out who are taking all the money and put people in who
No.
don't take money. Because there are people in there who do get elected who don't take corporate.
But it's like
money.
you just said a little bit ago. You've got
One
turn
at a
this
time.
different. You've got too many sheep that want to suck Trump's cock. You've got too many sheep that are at Biden's ass. That money's not going to change. Those people are still going to vote that way. If everybody fucking voted, it's still going to go that way. One of those assholes that have their hands in way too much money, Biden does, Trump does.
Sure.
It's still going to be changing hands no matter what.
Right, it's
and
who controls
whichever
it.
party, same thing. If everybody voted, it wouldn't change. The money would still be there.
But I think it would change because I think that we can get money out of it if everybody votes. Because most people don't like the money in there, and so you're going to vote for people. It's not going to change this time. It would probably take 20, 30 years.
Yeah, we're
I
not
mean,
going to see it.
No, but it doesn't mean that it can't change. You know, because I mean, like I said, there's
but-
4 or 5
I will, because I'm getting blasted to deep space.
on the left who don't take
I'll come back
corporate money. Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz, they don't take
But
corporate
no one
PAC
gives
money.
a shit about 20 or 30 years ago. Everybody cares about right now.
Everybody's saying
tomorrow.
everybody's saying
They
make
want
America
this.
great again. That was from 20, 30 years ago, right? Well, we're wanting to go backwards. I thought we wanted to go to the past, back when we weren't woke, back when things were good and we could beat our kids and slap our women. You know what I mean? Go
Okay,
back
you
to the
just
good
went a
old
different
days.
tangent. I'm talking about the mentality
Gotta go
of
overseas for that one.
majority of America today is I care about what's going on right now. I don't give a shit about saving the planet. I don't give a shit about saving the planet for my kids. I don't give a shit about everything
Things are
going
so
electric.
off course that you want it
Yeah,
fixed.
You want it.
Whoever
I wanna
does it,
take
I don't
care-
give a shit.
I want to take care of
Right.
stuff right now. I want to see a change right now because when I die, I'm not going to get, who gives a shit? I'm not going to live that much longer. That's the mentality.
Yeah, well, they're all in for rude awakening because that's never how it's worked in the history of humankind. Things don't just happen overnight.
I know.
like big change.
But that's the problem. No one
Right. And
no one that's voting is thinking.
And how do
20
they
or
get
30 years
convinced
from
of that?
there. By the people passing money around and throwing money around. We're on the same page.
No, I know.
Yeah.
There's a war versus money versus people, and money is winning big time.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid that it's going to be they're going to win so much that we'll never come back from it.
We won't. We're never coming back from it.
I still think we can.
Well,
That's the optimist in me, or the
as the
whatever.
saying goes, wish in one hand, shint the other.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, that's the bad thing. It's not going to happen.
But I'm
It
not
just
going to be
won't.
nihilistic either. I'm going to at least try.
I've partied with you.
I'm going to
You're
at least
already
try. You know what I'm
nihilistic.
saying? I'm going to try.
I mean, you can try locally. That's what they say. You can't control anything in Washington. And
no.
the other thing is, if
and I
you-
agree with all that, but I'm still going to try, because I feel better. I can sleep at night knowing, hey, at least I tried.
Yeah,
Oh,
and that's a good thing.
Trump got elected again and put all of his enemies in jail, and it deported 11 million people or whatever. Well, at least I tried. I tried. I did my best. I did what I could do. That's all I can do.
And
you
it's
know?
interesting, like if you were to go to travel to a Democratic state and how things are, what you're not seeing on local news, what you see on local news there, and their attitude towards things and how they do, their thoughts on stuff, how different it is. It's like when I've said, traveling out of the country, but also if you do it in country and you go to different states
Sure.
and see how things are.
Just go to New Mexico.
and their
They're-
mentality.
They're
Yeah.
not having a border crisis. That's weird.
Yep. Well, the border crisis is bullshit anyway.
Of course it is. It's
all
I
fucking
mean,
bullshit.
there's other states that have the border, and all of them are Democratic governors, and none of them have a problem. Only the Texas governor has a problem.
California.
California has a problem with
Yeah,
it.
they have a problem.
They have a bad problem with
They
it.
don't have a problem with it the way Texas has a problem.
But that's because we have the most ground to cover.
No,
And
I'm
you
saying
have
the
it.
most
Hold
news.
on.
I'm just saying
You
because
also are watching stupid fucking TV
That's
Democratic
the
ran.
thing. That's
That's
my point.
in an area that's only 500 feet big. It's been proven. They're all sitting in one spot when there is open borders less than half a mile on each side of that people are just walking across. It's all talking points in the news, and it's all been proven and shown.
And it's been used now to this point. It's almost like gun control. It's been used by both sides so much that nobody it's just like you said. We're frustrated, and just as long as the country or you said it, just get better now. Fix whatever the fuck is broke right now, or this thing is going to be over.
But they
pretty soon.
won't, because the Democrats like to say that they believe government can fix things, and the Republicans like to say the problem with government is government.
Yeah, it kind of is.
We want to break it. So what they do
libertarian
is they put the people in there who want to break it. And when anytime a Democrat wants to do anything, they're all like, "No, we're not going to do it. We're not going to give you a win.
And that right
we're not
there-
going to let you fix it." You know
That right there is why things aren't.
That's
gonna
why it's been
change.
gridlocked for 7
But
years.
if people would vote for the people that want to fix it instead of the fucker saying, "Oh well, it's broken, we can't fix it. Fuck it."
They have to
we
get
can
off the
fix
TV.
it,"
They have to
you
get off
know?
the media.
Vote
They
for the
have-
fixers
They have
and
to
not the
stop watching.
fuckers.
They have to stop watching that fucking dumbass Joe Scarborough. They have to stop watching Fox News. They have to stop watching MSNBC.
I don't watch any of these.
All
I don't
that
even have
shit.
cable.
And
yeah,
they-
but you're not the majority, Jeff. You think about things. You go and read and research and
Yeah.
study things. The majority of
majority
Americans
of
are
the
not
people-
like you. They don't read behind the
It's like
headlines.
we said a few weeks ago, 80% of America are undereducated, are having the mentality.
Yeah, because we've been underfunding schools forever because we
That's
want to break
not the point.
government.
That's
But I'm saying this
that's
all
not
stuff
the
has.
point. What I'm saying is they don't have the mentality of a high schooler.
I know.
And it has nothing to do with education. It's just no one cares. They fucking read TikTok and they sit there and scroll through their phone all day and get dumber and dumber and dumber and dumber.
Right.
And they don't do their research because when it becomes time for right before November, all these dumb fucks that you're supposed to vote for give you these empty promises of what we're going to do, and that looks all good, and they sugarcoat how once I'm in office, I'm going to do this. Oh yeah, I'm going to vote for them. Hip hip hooray!
Yeah, I know
And
what you're saying.
it never happens. Never fucking happens.
But it doesn't have to be that way. The
It
reason why
doesn't have to be
it's
that
that way is
Yeah.
because of money.
In a perfect world,
People make a lot more money if you're looking at your phone than you learning civics. You don't make money learning civics. You learn money by going on TikTok and buying shit and posting shit and retweeting stuff. People are getting paid and stuff that way.
and you're adding to the dumbness of America.
Right.
Which is why we're here listening to our podcast.
So all you dumb fucks, stop listening to us.
Full circle.
Go out and vote.
Full circle.
Vote for the fixers, not the fuckers.
And not he doesn't mean heroin fix.
Well,
Like,
and
or do you?
knows? I'm fine with
the
it.
other problem is you got a bunch of people that promise fixing and they never do.
Yeah.
Of course.
Just like
look,
the promise of moving out of Afghanistan.
Look, I'm one of the
moving out
liberals who
this
were
country,
who was
moving out of
who really liked
Iraq.
John Fetterman, and then John Fetterman kind of turned and started doing his own thing, and it's like all of a sudden all liberals don't like him
A
anymore.
stroke though, right?
You know, I had no problem. I mean, people have strokes, man. I had 2 heart attacks.
Man, he's
his
not far off.
mentality changed,
but he's
though,
not.
after
The
he
thing
had
is, he's not far off from. Remember, we watched that special with him.
Yeah.
Doing. He's not that far off from what he was before he had the stroke. Like it's just the way. It's the way that people perceive things.
No, I'm
he's
saying-
never been.
I think that there are people who will run on a progressive message like the things that I'm talking about because people like it and they respond to it. Yeah, this guy's for me. This guy
Yeah.
wants to get the money out. He wants to get the money to me for my family. You run on that. You get in office. You make a little bit of noise, and then you go, okay. Then you start getting greased by all the conservative hands or whatever, and then all of a sudden you become a conservative. It happens to him. It happened to Kristen Sinema. You look at her stuff. She was a Bernie Sanders progressive. But by the end of her campaign, she was like, "I'm for sale. Anybody want to buy it?" And she was for sale. I mean, there's people. The mayor in Dallas ran as a Democrat, hard blue. You know, and now he's like, I'm voting for Republicans. I'm going to vote for Trump. You know, I mean, this is
You
the
don't
guy-
think that he could change his mind and say, "Well, this is a bad path we're headed," and I
Yeah,
finally
it's real
realize it.
yeah.
We've got to do something
I think
about
it's
this.
I think it's a lot easier to run as a progressive and win, and then become
No, trust me, conservatives do
Republican.
the same thing. Just as what you're. I've seen conservative guys do
Well, I've
that
given
shit
you
all the
3
time.
Examples. Give me 2.
Of a conservative? What about that one they
the
just
turned
kicked out
liberal.
of Senate?
Which one is
Senate.
that? I don't know.
Oh
who
no,
that
no,
is.
no! You were saying we're duped.
Well, I'm saying
I thought you were saying that
conservative
liberals that
runs as
run
a
their
conservative and then is actually like a liberal and
Yeah.
starts pushing liberal
Yeah,
policies,
that
progressive
happened.
policies.
Just they kicked a guy out of the Senate. That
Who?
was it Munoz,
The
whatever.
House
Yeah, the New York
speaker.
Yeah, the New York guy or whatever.
Santos,
Or was
the
it?
guy- oh,
was
Not
it Santos? Was that him?
No, Santos is the.
Is some
governor.
one of the guys? They just like the Republicans kicked him out, and then
I
he
can't
showed
think
up
of
at the
his
he
name
showed
either.
up at the State of the Union.
That was
They just-
Santos.
yeah, him.
And he was also
There's
It
one.
wasn't Santos.
But what I'm saying, I thought you were saying that people
and he wasn't
lied
liberal
to.
either.
Yeah.
He wasn't. He wasn't a liberal.
If he wasn't conservative, dude.
There-
he
there-
wasn't conservative
there-
at all.
there
Kevin
is-
McCarthy.
No, not him.
But he's
No,
the one that
no,
kicked
we're
out.
talking. I think we're talking about the guy. No, there was someone else that had some legal stuff and like
right.
some
and he was found guilty and stuff.
right.
So they
right.
kicked him out. So
they kicked him out.
Right. So it has nothing to do
Not
with-
McCarthy.
Not because he was a liberal.
McCarthy got kicked out
but,
too, but
but because he broke laws.
Yeah, you're still
thought
not
that's what you're
understanding what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I thought what you were a while ago. I thought you were saying that there's too many people that are taking advantage of people like you that are looking for a progressive candidate and appealing to them, and then as soon as they get voted in by whoever they voted them in, they get up there and don't do shit, just like the conservatives.
And that
do.
happens too. There's
That's
plenty
what
of
I thought you were saying.
Yeah, there's plenty of those.
I wasn't trying to say that.
There's more than 3 of those guys. There's tons of them.
Yeah,
That's why I
I wasn't
forgot
trying to
about
say. I
Santos.
wasn't really talking about the flipping of stuff, but I do have an
It was
issue with you attacking the
2002.
Dallas mayor about that stuff because you can vote for whoever you want. I know the
Well, I got
two-party
no vote in the
system.
Dallas
I know the
so-
two-party system makes you think that you have to vote one way or another according to like whatever. They'll split you into any group you want, race, whatever. You have to vote this way. But I tell you what, that's not what was intended when the forefathers wrote the Constitution. It was you could vote who the fuck you want
And
to. You're not loyal to a party. You're loyal to a country.
It's still that way.
What I don't
you know.
get,
So
what is
I hate it
weird,
when I hear
though,
people get on to that
is
mayor.
There's a lot of like this last little midterm we just had last week, or whatever the.
We
Primary.
sound like The View.
No, what?
Male
what-
View.
What I find weird, and I didn't even know this until started reading up on stuff and people bitching about things, is like if you're a registered Republican and you're in certain cities, you won't see anything else. Period.
Yeah.
On your ballot at all. Just Republican candidates, and that's it, and that's all you can vote. You can't vote any other way
In the primary.
in the primary.
Right.
I don't know if that.
It's that way with the Democrats too. You walk in and they go, "Do you want to vote for Republican or for the Democrat?" And I said, "I'm a Democrat." So every single person on my ballot was Democrats.
Well, this wasn't by saying.
Yeah.
This was what they were saying. What they registered as, it automatically came out. So if someone wanted to go a different route, they couldn't.
Oh, I think you can.
That's what they
No,
were
no, no.
saying. They couldn't in the small towns, rural
Oh,
towns.
Okay, well that's against the law.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
There's a
because
lot of people
they don't have
bitching
city
about
law.
that.
I mean, those laws are like statewide, federal laws actually.
Yeah, they
You know,
are.
right.
And
so-
what I'm saying is, it's kind of weird that all this is coming out with this. A lot of people are bitching about that. They go to town and that's what they say. I'm a registered Republican. Okay, here you go. This is the only way you can vote. Even if you say, no, I wanted to vote this way. No, you
yeah,
can't.
because there are. I was talking to
It's another bunch of the bullshit
a
of
lady at the fire station where my kid gets
fucking up the
picked
voting.
and they had the voting station up there, and I was telling her how cool it was because I got to vote when I picked up my kid for the primary. She said, yeah. She said that she was there, and she's like, and all these Republicans were coming in. And I asked, I was like, why are there so many Republicans? She's like, oh, they're not Republicans. They're Democrats that are voting for Republican because they want to vote for Nikki Haley to hurt Trump. And I was like, no. And I mean, I was like, they're Democrats, so they could actually use their vote.
Yeah.
That did nothing.
That's
that hurt
that-
nobody.
and
That's
tr-
it makes
Nikki
me so
wasn't
mad.
going
not
to get
She wasn't
enough
going to know
anyway.
anything. But there are actual Democrats on the ballot that ran in a primary who
I don't
could have
like her
used their
anyway.
votes.
The thing
And
that's
that's a
funny
shitty
is,
thing to
and
do
that's,
now.
That is
and that's
very
also
shitty.
that's also happening on the conservative
They-
on the
they both-
Republican side.
yeah,
It goes both ways.
Yeah, I'm just saying
Yeah.
you can switch parties during the primary. Now you can't vote both parties. If you
No.
vote for the
Well, if you live in
Republican
Georgia,
side,
you can.
I don't know if I made
Right.
myself clear or not, but what I'm saying
is that they don't allow them to do that
they
in a small
weren't.
town. and
There
that's
was
bullshit.
not. Yeah, they were not allowed to.
What if you're a Democrat? They just make you
I
vote
guess you're kind of
Republican?
fucked, but that's what I'm saying is it's more of this fuckery with the voting going on. Is you're stuck with this or whatever the fucking bullshit they're pulling, even though there's laws. This is what people are stuck with, and they're bitching and griping about it. And it's just being ignored. So
Yeah, no, it should be.
our voting system is so antiquated.
That's why I say
and
paper ballots,
stupid.
man. Paper ballots.
More than likely, they don't have anybody down there that even runs, so they have no Democratic challenger.
It could be.
And they probably don't even have a Republican challenge or whatever, so they can be like, yeah, we'll do whatever we want. There's no Democrats. You're going to vote this way. You know, if he actually has somebody that went down there, maybe you could run, you know, against.
I mean,
against the person or whatever, either as a Democrat. Because I mean, I was looking at going, man, there's only one. There's one person in this one. There's nobody to vote for except for this one guy. You know, it's like I could run against him. You know,
what is it? There's only 10 Democratic counties in Texas anyway.
That's why
all the other ones are Republicans, so that could be it. It's just
that
there's no
reminds
one
me
running
of what
I guess some Democrats.
What's his
Some of
name?
these Republicans in small towns
was talking about.
That won't happen.
I know.
Sosa, when he was saying that Democrats are always kind of facing an uphill battle around here because there's no money coming from the super PAC and all the big groups that freaking like hand out donations and stuff. When they give them to the Democrats, they decide it's a waste of time to send it to
Texas.
like Texas, especially Fort Worth and Tarrant County and
Well, watch
out
the
west and
campaign
south.
tour coming up.
Do what?
Yeah, I
Watch
mean-
the campaign tour coming up and see how many of them come actually into Texas.
I mean,
Yeah.
Nikki
Well,
Haley just talked in Fort
I think now national. You're always going to have some input, but he's more talking about a local level. Like it's supposed to trickle down, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
how right? It never gets
Right,
to
but
the
you're
front
gonna-
lines of
'Cause
a
they
place
turn their
that
back
actually needs
on
it. Right.
Texas.
Right, you're gonna put your money in the big races, like
Which is why everybody knew that Beto wasn't going to win. Like if you follow politics and you follow the government and the way things has worked in the last,
They send all their money
forever.
to states like Ohio. They're not going to send it to Texas, and they're not going to send it to Vermont.
Yeah.
You know, they don't
Right,
need to.
or California.
Exactly.
Or California.
Yeah.
They know what they're going to get there, but we need to send it to battleground states, you know,
Yeah, buddy.
where it needs it.
I'm so ready for the voting season.
I say do public funding
Oh, yeah.
voting.
I'm not.
Just take all private money out of politics and just do public money.
I gotta go pee.
Let's go
How-
too.
Would you do that? What? Huh?
We can talk about it later. There's an actual way to do public funded things. Everybody gets exactly the same amount. So if you're a billionaire, you get $2,000 from the state to
Yeah.
run your campaign. Or if you're Matt Stubbs, you get $2,000 to run the campaign.
That's it.
And that's
No.
it. You don't get to do any more extra stuff.
Here you go.
You know, and that's the way
You'd
it
have
should be.
mass
That'd
corruption
be
though too.
fair.
That would.
I
that
was
would-
wondering if you were in there or
it'd
not.
They need to vote them out.
There you go. All right. Well, that's the end of the show. That was
Yeah.
fun.
It was a good show.
Happy
Thanks,
birthday, guys.
Yeah, happy
Thank
birthday.
you.
Thank you.
I
Look
did
forward
have
to-
something else. Shit.
Oh well, I gotta pee.
Okay.
Either
No,
way.
I had something else for you guys.
We can come in
We
for
can have it
overtime if you
afterwards.
want.
No, we
Okay.
can have it afterwards. We don't have to have it on the air.
Butt sex.
All right, we're out of here. Yes, it's butt sex. It's butt plugs for everyone.
Repents.
Jerry Jones.
Oh my god.
In the stream. Bye. See you later. Yeah, see, Susie, when I went to vote in the primary, I was told I had to go wherever I was registered for.
Oh.
Since I'm a registered Democrat, I had to go the Democrat line. Had I switched to a registered Republican, I could have gone in and caused a ruckus.
See that. I guess it all depends on city because where I went, Dustin, for our city.
That's Fort Worth.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Fort Worth.
That's city
the
Fort
same
Worth.
city I lived in.
Yep.
You know, and
No, I'm talking about
and
North Richland Hills.
And you could vote anywhere, and you could vote at any location. I could have went over and voted at the same location